Absolutely. I mean, yes. I mean, you can never take us out. We are part of the whole system.
We know.
Yes,
It's okay.
and we help in shaping it better. So
They don't come and tell us that it twice it's rememberable. Okay.
oh, that one, yeah.
That one, yeah. But once you say you have the boss, when it's coming, you just go. I mean, if
Oh,
be
but
brave
of
enough,
course, I mean, when it comes to application
able to
of
face it.
intelligence, of course, when it's time, Yasantua faced it when all men were, running out. So yes,
So
we can equally face it.
We have now
when it comes.
reincarnated the Yasantua spirit in you.
So,
I know, right? Okay, so ADR is going to be our topic for discussion today on the show. When we expect our guests to be in very soon. They are, crafty and astute ADR practitioners. They're going to throw more light on what ADR is all about, that particular concept, what you have heard about alternative dispute resolution. And then we'll come back and then celebrate police officers, their loved ones, dedicated and staunch viewers of the Safe Start show on GH Police Television, and then our colleagues who belong to other state security agencies celebrating their birthdays in the month of August. We'll take time, share in their excitement, and then celebrate with them in a grand style when it's time for the birthday messages. These and other things you should expect on today's edition of the Safe Start show. But we are ready to keep the ball rolling as we usually do. But before that, we are going for our first break. When we resume from the break, we'll keep the ship sailing. Remember that the Safe Start leads to a great day. Stay on, we'll be right back. Well, so we are welcome back from that break. We are delving into our traffic updates, and my colleague Sergeant Joseph Brahima is back with us in the studios after his earlier visit to the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue in Accra to give us the traffic updates. Good morning, Brahima.
Good morning, everyone.
How are you doing, boss?
Fine, thank you. Your side.
I'm also doing great. You are saved by the grace of God, you know.
Of course.
Yes, these days, if you're able to sleep and then wake up alive,
you're right.
You should know that it carries a lot of weight. You understand?
Exactly, you're right. You're right.
We can only be thankful to God and Allah
for
granting us another opportunity to live again.
Yes. Yeah. I overheard Tess say that, I mean, yes, once we are fighting women empowerment, I mean, they are fighting for their rights. Is that
exactly? That's what she said. And I was telling her that when it matters more than they're supposed to.
It's not a matter of fighting for a right. We have the right in there. So, yes. We don't need to fight for it.
You have the rights already. So I am surprised why sometimes you want to fight for your rights. If you have the rights, why are you then fighting for it?
No, so when he tries to make it look as if we don't have it.
Oh no, you have it.
We have it.
No, but you have it. So must you fight to give recognition for the rights that you have already?
We're not actually fighting for it.
Once you have it.
We re-emphasize it. We hasten that, yes, we are part of it. You know?
No one is denying.
No, but I was even telling her that, you know, with the adage we have in Chi, that you see,
it's a trebema.
Yes, but then when it matters most for you to come out with the balls that you claim you have, do so. Don't be calling them.
Exactly. When something happens in the house, you hear everybody shouting, remember.
What did you say, Mambo?
Have you ever shouted the Mambo?
No, but right now, if the narrative has changed.
If you're not, even if you are not something happens, your wife that would
you'll still be shouting.
You'll still
be shouting,
before you come home, now at the corner, I saw no cry.
Oh no, you lie.
Sergeant Tess, have you ever shouted the Mambo before?
Mambo they talk. Yes,
we always do shout Memma Bro.
Always they say Memma Bro. They don't say Memma Bro.
We always shout Memma Bro, but of course, when the Memma in Obano has to
change the narrative to Memma Bro. Yes. Know that
we assume the responsibility when the Memma in
Okay. All right. Good morning and welcome to today's traffic update on the Safe Start Show with me, Sergeant Joseph Brahima. Today is Wednesday. Let's begin a traffic update from the traffic situation around the National Police Headquarters. So from Dankwa Circle to the Ghana National Fire Service traffic light, there's a bit of traffic this morning, but officers have still been deployed to ensure that you can move around easier than ideally you would have expected. And also from the fire service traffic light to Kwame Nkrumah Circle, there's normal flow of traffic on that stretch this morning. But then officers have still been deployed to ensure that you can move around very easy without any issue. General Sergeant Jomo has been deployed from the Accra Central MTTD to manage affairs on that particular stretch of the road. So just as Sergeant Boateng mentioned, we are just returning from the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue where we captured the traffic situation this morning. So producer, if you're ready, can you let viewers know exactly what we captured on the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue this morning? All right, so just as you can see on your shot, that is the traffic situation this morning on the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue. So because it is Wednesday, there's a market going on in the Central Business District. So you should expect the traffic situation to be a bit heavy today. So from Kwame Nkrumah Circle, Adabraka areas coming to Fari School, just as you can see on your shot, because today is Wednesday and market day, there's a bit of traffic on that stretch of the road. So if you're moving around, please note that. And if you are from Fari School and you're heading towards Kingsway, just as you can see on your shot as well, there's a bit of traffic. If you're also turning on your left towards TUC as well, there's also a bit of traffic on that stretch. So please bear with officers who have been deployed there so that they can help you move around easily. From TUC towards Fari School, when you want to join the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue, as you can see on your shots, the road is virtually empty. There's free flow of traffic on that particular side of the road, so you wouldn't have any trouble at all. And then also from Fari School, if you want to exit the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue to the Graphic Road, as you can see on your shot, there's normal flow of traffic on that stretch of the road as well. So generally, that is the traffic situation this morning on the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue. So whether you're coming from Kwame Nkrumah Circle and you're heading towards Kingsway, where you have a bit of difficulty with the traffic. But then if you are from TUC on the Liberia Road and you're joining the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue, you wouldn't have any trouble at all. The traffic light is not working, but then PW Constable Vivian Aqua has been deployed on the stretch to ensure that you can move around easily. So please, when you get to that stretch, PW Constable Vivian Aqua is there to direct you as to when you are supposed to move and when you are also supposed to stop as well. Officers will also be passing by as well to assist in managing the traffic situation on the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue, which is under the jurisdiction of the Accra Central MTTD, which is commanded by DCOP Mr. Jude Kobina, and then assisted by a station officer and men. They will still be managing the traffic. Today is Wednesday. There will be generally traffic in the Central Business District. So those of you moving on the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue, this is exactly what you should expect this morning if you want to go for any shopping in Accra or Accra Central this morning. So ideally, this is how the traffic situation will be, unless there's any major incidents that is going to affect the flow of traffic. But then if there is, just as we always do, we'll come your way and then update you on exactly what to do, and then the alternative routes that are available for you on that stretch of the road. So that will be all for today's traffic update on the Safe Start Show with me, Sergeant Yusuf Brahma. I'll catch you later on traffic orientation, still here on GH Police TV. And until then, I hand you over to my brother, Sergeant Yaboy Teboatin, and the rest of the team.
All right, thank you so much, bro. That is our traffic update on today's edition of the Safe Start Show, brought to us by our colleague, Sergeant Yusuf Brahma, after his earlier visit to the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue here in Accra, giving us how the traffic situation looks like this Wednesday morning for motorists who will be using the Central Business District of Accra to be mindful and know the available routes that they may employ in the event where the traffic builds up later in the day. Okay, so away from our traffic updates, it is now time for us to bring you stories that are shaping our communities that have been dubbed Police Today. And as I mentioned earlier, our colleagues here in the office are already seated with us in the studios to do us this particular honor. But before that, let me send good morning to Policewoman Inspector Madam Christiana Brano. You work with the Police Hospital Kitchen. You are popularly known as Didi As Royal. Yes, so Didi As Royal, big shout out going out to you this morning and the entire kitchen staff at the Police Hospital. So let's enjoy this brief breaker. When we resume, we'll get into the stories and the Police Today.
You're welcome back. You are watching the Safe Start Show here on GH Police TV. We are live on DSTV channel 362 and also streaming on all our social media platforms at Ghana Police Service and on Instagram at GH Police Service. On 0246226064. It is now time to bring you Police Today. Now on this segment, we serve you with the real facts of the story as they happen. And with me in studios are colleagues, Sergeant Kwekujia and Sergeant Benedict Abrago, who will bring in us details of the same story. Good morning, colleagues.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
We are doing fine.
It is midweek.
Yes. We are gradually marching towards the weekend.
Right.
Yes.
Any preparation for the weekend yet?
Well, no plans yet, but I expect a positive weekend. And I believe everything will fall into place.
Right. Yeah. Sergeant Brago.
Miniaba.
And then I shall also
mini any gym. Mini any gym. Menana, me mammy, mammy, or tete me with dware me. I said dware and nana no. But one and animal and said, Tama. And Mukuna is the manager cheddar. Anyway, almost say, Yana de wa, you wonder, no moon, and now we did. But to form Ama, just say. As a man casa to me and casa. To me, said any gym.
Yes, then I must often cry and see. But say I beg you, my dear,
they are say for God and country. On God.
Right. So let's zoom in straight to our first story for today. IGP promotes 25 personnel for exceptional performance in the fight against crime. The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yohono, has promoted 25 personnel for their exceptional performance and contribution to the successful arrest of suspects and the interception of illicit drugs in separate operations in the Bono East, Tema, and Western Central Police regions. The promoted personnel were recognized for their role in the arrest of 6 suspects involved in a robbery in which 300,000 Ghana cedis was stolen from a victim along the Poto to Kawempe stretch of the Kintampo-BP highway on 19th July 2026. The arrest of 4 suspected members of a robbery syndicate linked to a violent robbery at Wasa Ekropon in the Takwa area, and the recent interception of 866 parcels of suspected cocaine at the Tema Harbour. The promoted personnel include Chief Inspectors Bede Awebome and Joe Tete, General Sergeant Elijah Ndanga Yenimi and Kaifan Suleimana, General Corporals Owusu Ansa Evans and Tansan Jonathan, General Lance Corporal Osei Christopher Boni, Che Francis, Ofori Francis, Enim Dominic, and Asante Isaac, and General Constables Adam Bakari Al-Hassan and Bakai Mark. The rest include Detective Chief Inspector Frank Ja, Detective Inspectors Edem Abotowoga Abroso and Vincent Dankwa, and Detective Sergeants Salifu Yakubu and Samuel Mojifa. The 6 other personnel were also promoted to their next ranks for the fight against crime. The promotions have been granted in recognition of the personnel's dedication, professionalism, courage, and commitment to the fight against crime. Chief Inspectors Bedi and Joe Tete have been granted automatic entry to the police academy. The IGP and members of the Police Management Board congratulated the promoted personnel and encouraged them to continue demonstrating professionalism, dedication, and commitment in the discharge of their duties. The IGP also assured that the administration will continue to acknowledge and reward hard work.
Yemposi sahini Mr. Christian Tete no abo posi for eduno enum abaso ama womo empeja ewo dibremu esa womo modern mo adwuma ye sonkon ene emwa womo ebo aye ema nipa bia womo edi nsemone ye che womo ene enubone ahodo a womo ache ewo nipa bonefo bi nsem ewo bono epoye mantemu tema ene atoye emfinfini mantemu posi for a womo aje empeja yi posi enam omo modembo a omo eboye ekire adwetwafo nsia a omo etohye obi so a Poto Kawempe kwanso biaya ewo Kintampo BP kwantempo so eje nsem sika sidi empem ahasan edi efri nsem ewo kitawonsabo so me leda etosudun kono ewo afi empem mienu ene eduonu nsiamu posifo yi emubi enso ekire adwetwafo kuo bi mu nipa nan a eye adwetwasema ekoso ewo Wasa Ekropon a ewo Takwa no na enam so ema nipa bi eprepraye na ebi wuye no womu edi emu akotene ene enubone koken a ena no womu echeye ewo Tema Haba de dodo eye oha ewo twe ene aduosia nsia posifo a womu eji mpejan womu ene Chief Inspector Bede Ewembome, Chief Inspector Joe Tete, Sergeant Elijah Ndaga Nimi, Sergeant Kafan Suleimana, Corporal Owusu Ansan Evans, Corporal Tazan Jonathan, Lance Corporal Osei Christopher Boni, Lance Corporal Che Francis, Lance Corporal Ofori Francis, Lance Corporal Enim Dominic, Lance Corporal Asante Isaac, Constable Adam Bakari Hassan, and Constable Bakai Mark. Afofra omu eka ho a omu eje abasoboni bi a omu eye hwehwemu for omu enso edin ene Chief Inspector Frank Ja, Inspector Edem Ametowe Abroso, Inspector Vincent Dakwa, Sergeant Salifu Yakubu, Sergeant Samuel Mozifa, ene afofro nsia omo so eye adwumaden edi esi nsamonidi ano. Impeja ya omo enya ye ekire omo adwumaye ho ahofama nimdie akukudro ene etu ho acha omo edi omo dwuma edi ekutia nsamonidi. Yemposi sahene ema Chief Inspector Bede Ewembome ene Joe tete akwanya se omo ebekọ posi mpanyiye tete ye bia ewo enkramu na omo akwaje nteteye aba abaye posi mpanimfo Himposi Sahini ene na pamfo the chair members of the police management board no eka buomu emma posifo a omo agi impeja yi nyina echinkwa esan so ehye omo enkran se omo enkoso a enda ne ye padi e wo omo adwumaye mu na omo ansan enkoso a enfa etuho ache ene ahofama enye wo omo adwuma Himposi Sahini Mr. Christian tete ye wono emma posifo nyina rehwemu se Post adwumako na bekoso age adwumaden atomu na de obeye adwumaden no obenya so akatua pa.
Police arrest 2 suspects over murder of man and injury to wife at Tuba. The Accra Regional Police Command, with the assistance of the Cyber Vetting and Enforcement Team, arrested 2 suspects, Adams Ada Almeida and his brother Bala Bilyon, in connection with the murder of Mohammed Rahman, 54, and the injury of his wife, Christiana Fusu, 53, at Beach Drive Estate, Tuba, near Weja, on 6 August 2026. On 6 August 2026, the Weja police received information that a man and his wife had been shot and wounded at Beach Drive Estate, Tuba, and required police assistance. A team from the division proceeded to the scene and found Rahman Mohammed and Christiana Fusu with gunshot wounds outside their 4-bedroom apartment. The victims were immediately conveyed to Fini Hospital, Weja, where Rahman Mohammed was pronounced dead on arrival. His wife, Christiana Fusu, was referred to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital for further treatment, and she is currently on admission responding to treatment. The body of the deceased has been deposited at the police hospital mortuary pending autopsy. During interrogation, the suspect allegedly admitted to shooting Rahman Mohammed and his wife, Christiana Fusu, on 6 August 2026. According to the suspect, he was motivated by his perception that the deceased had repeatedly described him as lazy and useless, which he claimed had affected him mentally. Suspect Adams Ada Almeida subsequently led investigators to his brother's room at Beach Drive Estate, Tuba, where a pistol believed to have been used in the shooting was retrieved. The weapon was allegedly concealed beneath the wardrobe of his brother Bala Bilyon, who works with the deceased. Investigations further established that Adams Ada Almeida and Bala Bilyon reside together in the same room at Tuba. Suspect Adams Ada Almeida further told investigators that the pistol was allegedly given to him by his friend Gideon. He subsequently led the investigative team to Gideon's residence at Tuba, but he was not found at home. Efforts are ongoing to locate him to assist with investigations. Meanwhile, Bala Bilyon has also been arrested for interrogation. This statement was signed by Chief Superintendent of Police, Ms. Juliana Obin, Head of Public Affairs, Accra Region.
Enkramanta mu post adwumako no enam posifo a omo eya be fontentan fidie so hwehwemu meche Cyber Vetting and Enforcement Team no so ache nipa mienu a omo esusu se eye papa bi a nipa bi ekum no na omo eprepra no yere no omo edi emu akotene. Nipa mienu a post ache omo no omo edi ene Adams Ade Almeida ene ni nua Bala Bilyon. Emrante mienu post esusu se eye papa bi anidin ede Mohammed Rahman wadi infie aduonum nan a nipa bi ekum no na omo eprepra ne yire Christiana Fusu a wadi infie aduonum miensa a ewo eye Beach Drive Estate bia ya ewo Tuba a ewo Weja no omo edi emu akotene asem no entremu enie ewo osana bosome ne da etoso ensia ewo afi impimienu ene aduonum siemu no Weja posi enya amanebo se papa bi ene ne yire obi abowo mutuo ama omo eprepra ewo Beach Drive Estate a ewo Tuba eho posi eko Beach Drive Estate ho na eho na omo ekoto papa Rahman yi ene ne yire a omo egu omo efie monten a etuo aka omo posi e de intempe so efa wo eko fani ayaresabia ewo weja na eho na eye dokota echese papa yi watwa nananom ewon siedo na emo maame no ni pranim eye den eno nti posi emfa no enko eye kolebu ayaresabia na eho na posi e de maame eko ya samre woje ayarehwe papa no emu no posi e de akɔhye posi ayaresabia no emu eden mu ewon hwehwe mu no amra posi etoto mante no ano no omo agitu mu se ayenokwa omo na ebo papa ene ne yiri etio na ande nyina ne se eye abrante a ne din ede Adams Adey wo kire se ni nua bema eye balabeyon yi woni papa ene ye adwuma na da biada papa eka cha ne se wo ye kwadwofo na eno ene nam so a afa ne tirimu a na adwen eye ne se wonku papa no emfa emfiri ho abrante Adams Adey Amida edi nhwehwemufo anim eko ni nua bema balabeyon a ono ene ni papa no eye adwuma no efie a ewo Big Drive Estate ho na eho ena posi ekoye no yekohu etutia ya chechire ede ahye eye abrante bala biyon yi ni wardrobe ase a yesusu se etio no eno ena wom edi ewu no posi nhwehwemu adana di se emrantie ana anuafo emienu ayade a wom ete ebomu abrante Adams Adey Amida no ekoswa echemu se etuo no ogife no yonko a yefre ne Gideon enchen a Gideon woti weja posi ebo anan ene Adams eko Gideon fie nanso yanko ankoto Gideon anu nti posi eden hyehyeye egu akwanmu a yede ehwehwe Gideon na yache no ede no aba posi akache ama no ba abe kyerɛkyerɛ ensemu emu Mrantie yi mienu prempren wo mo post adwumako no akache a wo mo eboa ewo nhwehwemu emu.
Police arrest 4 suspects intercept 118 bags of cocoa destined for Togo in Northeast region. The Northeast Regional Police Command has arrested 4 suspects and intercepted 118 bags of cocoa beans weighing 11,800 kilograms at Bunkrugu, suspected to have been destined for neighboring Togo through the Bunkrugu-Togo border. The suspects are Dixon Asante, 35, the driver of the truck, Gideon Tab, 19, his mate, Mohammed Mumin, 22, and Ernestina Akugri, 23, who claimed ownership of the consignment. The interception occurred on 9th August 2026 after police received information that the Hyundai Rhino truck with registration number AS-3272-25 loaded with plantain and cocoa was being transported under suspicious circumstances towards the Togo border. Acting on the information, a police patrol team intercepted the truck at the Bunkrugu police snap checkpoint and arrested the 4 suspects. A joint security team comprising the police, Ghana Immigration Service, Defense Intelligence, GRA Customs Division, and National Security subsequently searched the vehicle at the customs office. The search revealed that the plantain was being used as a decoy to conceal the cocoa beans. The 4 suspects are in police custody, assisting investigations, and will be put before court to face the full rigors of the law.
Etifia poya mantemu post adwumako no ache nipa nan asan so agi koko a ewo botomu oha ene edun wotwen e de afri wo mo enchen ewo eye Pungurugu ene Togo ehye so koko yi ewe empem dubako ene oha nwotwen nipa nan na wo mo abotaye ene se wo mo efa kwati kwan so e de koko yi akọ Togo nipa na post ache wo mo edin ene Dixon Asante wadi infie aduasa enum na oye ohyankani ede emate ase na koko no egumu no Gideon Taba ono eye metini ede emate ase no Mohammed Mumina wadi infie aduonu mienu ene Ernestina Akugra wadi infie aduonu miensa Ernestina echese ka no emu niema no eye no edea Chase na mu posi eche no amra yenya amanebo se nipa bi ahye koko ene brode ewo Hyundai Rhino chase na mana hyenso de eye AS 3272-25 emu a womo abotaye ne se womo ede efa kwati kwanso ede akotogo posi enya amanebo no yetuhu anamo na eno ene nam so a ye ma ye ekokọ chechase nam yi na enipa eka ho so ye che womo Ama posi asenam no omo ene omanyi immigration for defense intelligence for JRA customs division no ene national security for ekabomu ehwehwe asenam ne mu na eno na wo ehunu koko bottle oha ene edu wotwe a yade aguti asenam no ase na ya hye bode ede aguso campese bode na ye konenso so eye koko na egu ase nipa na nyina ewo posi akache a omo eboa wonhwehwemu mu na yade omo akọ asenibia ama emra no ene wo mu edi.
And to our final story, police cracked down armed robbery syndicate in Upper West region, 6 arrested. The Upper West Regional Police Command has cracked down on armed robbery syndicates operating in parts of Wa West District and Wa Municipality following months of intelligence-led coordinated operation resulting in the arrest of 6 suspects. The operation followed an emerging trend of armed robbery incidents in which victims were attacked, wounded with machetes, and forced to disclose their mobile money personal identification numbers, which were then used to transfer money from their accounts to the robbers' Momo accounts. The 6 suspects including the deceased are Amadou Moro, 35 years, Adama Yusuf, 40 years, Nasiru Abdul Rahman, 52 years, deceased, Idrisu Adama, 35 years, Korika Isaka, 20 years, and Zakaria Brigi, 21 years. Preliminary investigations indicate that Adama Yusuf, Amadou Moro, and the deceased Nasiru Abdul Rahman, who are key members of the gang, are linked to robbery incidents at Benatin Junction on 1st August 2026, Kukpara, Dapoha on 19th June 2026, Benatin Community on 15th June 2026, and PC Dapoha on 23rd May 2026. Investigations have so far established that approximately 22,070 Ghana cedis cash was robbed from victims, while an additional 3,274 Ghana cedis was siphoned through Momo accounts of their victims. The police have so far retrieved 7 mobile phones from the suspects, which are being subjected to further examination as part of the ongoing investigations. During the operation, suspect Nasiru Abdul Rahman sustained injuries and died at the Upper West Regional Hospital upon arrival. The body has since been deposited at the same hospital mortuary for preservation and autopsy. 2 other suspects connected to the robbery syndicate are currently at large, and efforts are intensified to locate and arrest them. They are Haruna, 30 years, who serves as the armorer of the gang, and Amadou Muhammadu, 24 years, son of the deceased. The Upper West Regional Police Command urges residents, particularly those in communities affected by recent robbery incidents, to remain vigilant and promptly report suspicious persons, movements, and activities to the police. The police further appeal to the public to cooperate with investigators by providing credible information that could assist in locating the 2 wanted persons and preventing further criminal activities. This statement was signed by DCOP Mr. Francis Yerebari, Regional Police Commander, Upper West Region.
Yadi yani echemu awo atifi atoye mantemu yeho na posi adwumako no achi enipensia yesusu se eye adwatwasem ko bi a omo ama omo homeso awo wa atoye mansini mu ene wa kurumu no womo edi emu akotene enipensia yi womo eka adwatwafo ko bi a omo ama omo homeso pa awo afimu na amaneba posi enya bia no ade a ene se de amanebo no esitie no ekwa ekosi womo eso. Posi echi ni pension amra omo enam amaneboso edi inimdie ntete mu hwehwemu egu akwan mu na enam so ema ni pension ketimi eso womo epanchi adwatwafo ama amanebo a ekire se omo abusanfo mo fancheme adwatwafo amanebo ekire se ade a womo eto hye wo so a omo ede akode bi atese kotokro esi wo so age wonsem sika na afen so omo age wo mobile phone afi wonsem na omo ahye wo se bo mobile money pin na wo bo ema omo a omo ede eyi wo sika Nipa nsia wo mu edi ene Amadi Moro a wadi mfie aduasa enum Adama Yusuf a wadi mfie aduanan Nasiru Abdul Rahmana wadi mfie aduonum mienu a watwa nananom e wonsedo Idrusu Adama wadi mfie aduasa enum Korika Isaka wadi mfie aduonu Zakaria Brigi a wadi mfie aduonu e baako Posi hwehwemu adano edise Adama Yusuf ane Adama Moro eyade a ono eka eya branch ani wato nananom wonsedo ani din ede Nasiru Abdurrahman ho a eye adwetwasem a ekoso a dedi kan esiye awo penaten eye junction eno esiye ewo Osanabo somene da edi kan no omo edi mu akotene de ekoso ewo Kokwara dapo hamantemu ewo ayo mababo some ne da etoso edunkono no omo edi mu akotene de ekoso penaten kromu ewo ayo mababo some ne da etoso dunum no ene de esi wo pisi dapo ha montemu ewo eye kitansabo some ne da etoso edunum yensa ne nyina ewo afi mpemienu ne edunum siemu no wo mo edi emu akotene posi hwehwemu adano edise adwetwafoi omo enam kronobo iso agisika botin eye sidi empem aduonu mienu mekire 22,070 Ghana cedis na every omanfo ho na afenso omo eye sika sidi empem yensa oha aduonu ene aduoso enan 3,274 Ghana cedis na omo ede free amanfo mobile money account mu afi posi esanso eje mobile phone ahodo enso ede efi wo mu ensem awo operation no mu no abrante Nasiru Abdurrahman eprepraye enunti posi ede ne ko wan potemu aban yaresabia na ho na dokota chese papa no watwa nananom e wonse do ansana ye de no eduo na mu no ewo asopete no emuden mu a wo mu eye mu ehwehwemu na wo mu akora Anipa mienu a womo eka adwetwafo yi ho a womo edin ene Haruna wadi mfie aduasa a ono na ede akode no ema akonfo no ene Amadu Muhammad a wadi mfie aduonu nan a aye papa watwa nananom wonse do Nasiru Abdurrahman ne ba prempem posi ahwehwe womo ache womo na embom womo do womo ho akanwura enti ye de nhyehyeye agu akwam atifi atoye mantem posi adwumaku no esre womanfo se yema yeni enda ho titiu awo yempatemu se yehu ne ebi a enkoso a enye adepa ema wo man no anase wankasa bibi ato na se wo hwe na se wase oyi posi adwumako na asutira ma ye nsuro ye momodin na ye nyi posi adwumako no asutire na afi nipa mienu a yesan hwehwe wo mo no obi biara owo omo ho amanebo no jese se wonfa enko dom posi adwumako no ne krabata e won empatemu anase wonfa posi awo ya ho matofo ahodo no 191-18555 na emwa mayentimi enso omo panchi na emwa ewo ehwehwemu emu.
Right, colleague, I think it is refreshing to note that all suspects in their respective stories have been apprehended.
Yes.
And then it's also with commending their respective regional commands for that yeoman's role they have played. Yes, but the thing for me is with the Tuba incident. If you are told that you are lazy, it doesn't give you the right to go take somebody's life.
Yes, you know,
it's so unfortunate that it happened.
You may think just telling someone or describing somebody to be very lazy shouldn't warrant.
No, it has the psychological effect. I agree, but then it doesn't warrant you to take the person's life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, of course. But then, you know, I always say that individuals or individually we have how we are able to control and manage our emotions. You know, somebody may have been in a similar position where consistently they are told that you are just lazy, you are useless, and the person may take it normal. Others may they may be pushed to the extreme where they may be emotionally traumatized to the extent that they may consider other options of, you know, finding themselves out of that particular situation. Certainly, it is not appropriate or germane for him to have just taken someone's life because you were told that you were a lazy person. But then that is life. You know, certain things happen for us to also take cues out of it and then advise ourselves going forward. It is a sad development going out there because when you look at a young man, he's somebody that I don't think personally he should have allowed himself to be carried away by just being described to be a lazy person.
You do not have that excuse to say
very well.
That,
But then, you know, How would you know? Maybe probably there are some things that are even controlling his way of thinking and all of that. In the event of this ashes and wheat toffee and things like that, it's sad. It's sad.
Right,
It's sad.
so unfortunate. So, colleagues, you're touching on briefly, Kekena. Yeah.
Okay, me that's me nyaba Sergeant Teresa. Medical akasa e dia fa eye wija tuba asem no wo hwe abrante ya se de me nyaba Sergeant Duarte kan na. Se ye nyina ye nim e wo mre mu se ye kase assault egu ahodo pa na de e course ya wo ka che ne so ye kwadwofo yi. E ya de a ye de kan ye wo mre mu no ye ko hye assault mu. E ya de a e manipa no adwen no ensiye eche say ade bia wote nti edi kan wo bu ne ho abofia wasan so ayede aka na hye na se wankasa wo bedi bone be wie na ye be bisa wo ma be ka se efa wotirim no na che se woni da ho
Yeah. Woni da ho.
se wa wonim sa ade a wo ye ma ye waje atum se wa ye na emu na sabi ma adwenya adwuma se ni senti enti ye da posifo na se pa so mo edne enam nimde so etimi acha branche emra no se de emra no se no sa pepepe ne se ye de no efa so na ya bo posifo aka so aba so wo mo adwumade wo ma ye eye etifi atoye mantem wo mo aye adwumade pa na ewra yi so no mfi aduonu miensa ono edi koko egu eye ka mu a ode bode agu so ede dada aban se ode bode no eko Togo na ne timu poni se ode koko ena eko no ewra wadi mfi aduonu miensa aso ade ne botaye nti ode beje atum se niema na ye de eye ne dia ni nyina eye niema posi ye famuda ne da na ye na muhwehwemu so nti ye behu ni papote a niema na ye de eye ne dia ne botaye a eteche no nti araba no ejeje penye se eye ne dia nti ye nuanom ayade ye bo mabaso
Sandia, you want to touch on
Right, so I would like to start with the recent promotion. So the IGP has done it again by rewarding the hard work of 25 personnel for their exceptional performance and contribution to operations, various operations that has led to the arrest of suspects connected to armed robbery and illicit drug activities in various parts, in various regions. There are stories we treat on this particular platform, and you can just tell that as for this particular story, the IGP is definitely going to reward the officers involved in those particular operations, looking at the crucial roles they have played. And so the officers involved in some recent operations like the Poto Kawempe robbery case, the Wesa Ekropon gold robbery case, and the recent interception of 866 parcels of cocaine intercepted at the Tema Harbor as well. So I am generally happy about the promotion because promotions of this nature actually encourage other hard-working personnel and assure them that definitely their time will come. And so we commend the IGP and members of the Police Management Board for this particular initiative. And I believe this will go a long way to motivate other personnel to also give off their best. And then talking about the two brothers who murdered a man and injured the wife at Tuba, I think that that particular incident is very disturbing. I mean, I am finding it difficult to understand why somebody would decide to take another person's life simply because they said you are lazy or useless. I mean, it sounds weird.
I think
but
the course will bring,
justice
and I believe,
story. So.
Yes. So I believe the investigators in charge of this particular case are going to do a thorough job to get to the bottom of this particular case. And so we extend our condolences to the family of the deceased, and we wish the injured wife a speedy recovery.
Right. Thank you so much, colleagues. And so let's use this platform to also commend the cyber vetting and enforcement team for that role you've played in the apprehension of these suspects in the story. And would also urge Ghanaians to partner with the police in fighting crime. Let's work together so that we rid the community of criminal elements and then we make Ghana a safe haven. If you just joined us, this is a Safe Start show, streaming live on DSTV channel 362. And all our social media platforms are Ghana Police Service, and on Instagram are GH Police Service. Get interactive with us by sending us your messages, and we will do well to share them with the rest of the world. Stay on. We'll be back after this break.
aware an invisible eye is watching you? Have you ever had an altercation with a police officer about a road traffic offense where you felt you were right? Have you ever lost a loved one due to a breach of a road traffic regulation as a motor rider? Do you always obey road traffic regulations? Do you know that driving on the shoulders of the road is an offense? How has your general experience with the police officers on our roads been like? It is for these and other reasons that the Ghana Police Service, in collaboration with the Ministry of Interior, National Road Safety Authority, the DVLA, and other stakeholders, have come up with an initiative to ensure sanity on our roads and prevent road accidents. TrafficTech GH is an automated system introduced by the Ghana Police Service to enforce road traffic regulations. The system uses cameras and sensors to enforce road traffic regulations. So you see, police invisible eyes are watching. Pew!
Hello.
Hello, Nana Joa.
Hey, only I'm at home, can't you?
What is say?
Namia do more, but on away.
Adumo, a mega yo-yo, with schoolmate.
It's home, can't you?
It's a said, it's a my cookie or Canada.
Wow.
I couldn't be up, and important I'm sure number every week. Company no air pay, and my 4 or Canada. Now, she said, a woman say, company no bet you a more half. Now pay man so to your half. Can you 80,000? And no sana at
Nana, Madame Fubia could be Canada. Nana, name Chamaboga. No, say a quina about baby, you man say, Miss meeting me free Ghana, about the coming more Canada. Oh, no, say a mere one in a say, company no. Or mobile cheers, it can be to your half, I'm just made to your half. Into the minion war woman.
Nana, you to the other. Say, in Paponiphobia or Maba. Or Baba Catcher will say, or Canada, and then say, or France, Empo, Abuchim Kuna can be. Now a catcher will say, Akonaba, Inti, Akonian, agent, a war, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, and answer Burkina Faso. Inti Faho. Now when you want Grata, the Hona will be free and over Canada, and answer France, and answer Abuchim Kuna can. Now Nyaka Sape, Sinibu, a drop. Hey, you go do her. Or bet you wash it then. Or bet you lose again now. We can't go to Queen now, but no, we are. What for so? Or bet so it is I want to suffer the Bermuda. Hey, now, say, but when young for Mount Quan. Come back to sound one now. You can bet my woman, you bet my Obusin, you bet my woman, bet you by your papa. And you have no first out on your reason. Let me to Ghana for enough. And to me, I know, no mamma in down. No man got toss any pabonino, and then the paboniphone FD.
Right, we are welcome back from that break and thanks for staying with us at the Still the Safe station, GH Police Television. This is where you stay informed, you stay ahead, you stay safe. And so we are getting into your essential health tips on today's edition of the show. And we are moving straight to the police hospital where Chief Superintendent of Police, Dr. Theophilia Irukuya Forsin, who is a pediatrician at the police hospital, she's ready to give us a presentation on the causes and prevention of diarrhea and vomiting among children. Let's enjoy this presentation. We'll be right back.
Chief Superintendent Dr. Theophilia Erekwa Forson. I'm a pediatrician, one of the pediatricians at the Ghana Police Hospital at the pediatric unit. So we are seeing a lot of diarrhea and vomiting in the children, especially because of the rains. So we'd like to just give a word. It's a caution that I'm sure most parents know already, but just a reminder that we keep our hands clean, hand washing after we go to the washroom, before we eat, before we drink, when we come back inside after playing outside, especially for the children. They are most vulnerable to these infections. And also be careful with where you buy food or the food that you buy outside the home for the child. I mean, a reminder to always make sure the foods are warm, they are made hot, they are eaten as soon as possible. And then especially buying food outside. Because of the rains, a lot of the water sources are contaminated. This may not be the fault of the food vendors, but let's be careful, especially for the children, and be careful what we get them. And also to report as soon as possible when you have such issues. You can visit the pharmacy for the emergency treatment, which is ORS and zinc. You can even use coconut water in place of ORS, and then come to hospital. Don't stay at home, because sometimes the diarrhea goes on for a long time, the vomiting goes on for a long time. By the time the child comes, the child is so dehydrated, so weak, and it's actually difficult even getting IV access to provide the treatment that these children need. So this is just a reminder to all of us parents and caregivers, school teachers and all that. And they are on vacation too. So we also have to be extra careful, keeping an eye out on them, especially if you have parents who go to work for a long time and they have other people taking care of these children. Let's keep an eye on them.
All right, so that is it with the essential health tips on today's edition of the Safe Start Show, where we just had a presentation from Chief Superintendent of Police, Dr. Theophilia Erekwa Forson, who is a pediatrician at the police hospital, telling us about the causes and prevention of diarrhea and vomiting among children. Salintes, well, in as much as children are vulnerable in this particular situation, even as adults, I think it is important to also pay attention to this,
Exactly.
where we eat, the kind of infections we are likely to pick, looking at the weather of late adults. We may also take a clue from this particular presentation.
I agree with you.
Because diarrhea or vomiting, do not know whether you are a young child or you are an adult.
Exactly.
It is a dangerous situation. I've had instances where people have lost their lives. As a result of this particular thing. Yeah. So it is not a joke at all. Not only limited to our kids, but even as adults, we need to be very mindful of how we wash our hands, where we buy our food, and all of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Okay, so that is it. It is now time for us to enter into a big conversation on today's edition of the Safe Start Show. And during our beginning parts of the show, I made mention that today we are going to focus on ADR. I believe most of you might have heard what ADR is. This morning, it is a feather in our cap to have been joined by some wonderful, crafty, and willy ADR practitioners. But before I introduce them, I have been an observer in an alternative dispute resolution.
All right.
I was just observing how the entire process went and all of that. So I have a basic knowledge of what ADR is.
Sure.
Basically, it covers ways of resolving legal disputes outside the traditional courtroom litigation.
Right.
People are asking, people do ask frequent questions that, is it legally binded? What are the outcomes of such things, And so I believe our experts are going to enlighten us on the concept of what alternative dispute resolution is. But there are types. I've made a little readings about that as well. We have arbitration, conciliation, collaborative law, negotiation, and mediation. I believe there may be more. And then why people choose to use ADR instead of going to the courts.
Right.
Yeah, so this is what we're going to discuss this morning. And as I've mentioned, we have in our presence Her Excellency, Madam Ophelia Damte Asare, who is an astute ADR practitioner and then Lady Nancy Abuaje, also a crafty ADR practitioner. Good morning, ladies, and you're welcome to the Safe Star Show.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sergeant.
I hope you are fine.
We are fine.
Yeah,
thank
fine,
you.
Madam Ophelia,
Yes,
do you know once you're done with the show, you can be arrested
Hey.
for having Her Excellency? Which republic are you representing?
Oh, okay.
Yes, because we are sharing the.
I always like to explain that.
Okay, so
yeah,
we are interested to know.
Yes. I'm Her Excellency because I am the global president for Share the Smile Ophelia Foundation, which is an NGO, it's an international organization.
Okay.
So that is where the Her Excellency stands for.
It is good you have explained because people will be like, the only excellency we know is our vice president of the family. You understand? Yes. So if you are borrowing that particular name or that particular title, there should be an explanation.
Yes. So the explanation has come through.
Exactly. And
so I hope I'm cool. No arrest.
No arrest. So you are free from the arrest, right?
All right.
So let me start off our first question from or directed to Madam Lady Nancy Abuaje. What is exactly alternative dispute resolution and how does it differ from going to the court as we usually know?
Okay, so thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. We are most grateful. And talk about ADR, that is alternative dispute resolution. When we say something is an alternative, it means that we have the real thing, and we want to find another way to make it more formidable.
Yeah.
Yes, the court has its way of adjudication, way of doing things. So if someone has an issue or you have a problem, you cannot just take the law into your hands. You have to go to court. So it got to a point that you realize that the cases are so many in courts, and you have different kinds of cases. We have the felony cases, then the misdemeanor cases, yes. And with the felony, we have the first degree and the second degree that you all know. So it got to people started losing interest in the court because sometimes you file your case and for about a month or two, your case has there was no response. It doesn't mean that your case is not important, but there were other cases before you filed yours. And you know the court has a process that you have to go through. It's not only when you file your case, then yes. So they have to your first appearance. You have to bring your defense statement and witness statement and a whole lot of issues. And even at a point in time, maybe you might need a lawyer who has to come in. There might be an addition and all those things. So the case can travel as long, sometimes 2 years, 3 years. There had been cases that had traveled even 13 years, 14 years, 15 years in court. 20 years. So the Judicial Service came out and said that, okay, why don't we develop, because ADR is in UK, is in Canada, is in the advanced countries. So why don't we import that system in Ghana and see how best we can help the Judicial Service? So I think the negotiations started in 2005 about 2010, that was where it was made into law. And it's at 2010 at 798. That is the ADR Act. So it's a legal document. It's a legal thing that binds. And it has been introduced in the various courts, even from the district courts up to high courts. Yes. And now we have the plea bargaining, which is the criminal aspect of it. That one, we will not go there. But if you go to the district court especially, we have the mediators, call them mediators, who are attached to the court. So we have court-connected ADR. Yes. And we can have private mediation centers that we are scattered around, which I have one anyways. So when you go to the courts, that is any of the courts, either district court, circuit court, and high court. Yes, we have court-connected ADR centers attached to the courts. So I think I have explained something.
Absolutely. Yes, you have. Do you have some specific types or disputes that can be resolved through the ADR system? Yes,
as I told you, we have the misdemeanor cases, the civil cases, like land disputes, tenant rent issues, debts. You owe me, pay me, I don't want to pay you, and all those things. Then marriage, child maintenance, child custody, those cases. And there are sometimes few criminal cases, criminal cases that are not so serious that maybe the judge feel it, oh, I don't have to let this person go to jail. At least it's something that we can sit and talk. And if maybe the person admitted the guilt, so then why do I have to sentence him? And you know, the first time offenders and other things, the judge would, or the magistrate will want to refer to ADR, and also maybe if there's any compensation that has to be given, then they will do that. So that is, those are the cases that most of the times are being referred. But as for criminal cases like rape, treason, murder, defilement, we leave it for the judges and the lawyers to deal with it. But the misdemeanor cases, the ones that ADR.
All right. So typically, can individuals really choose or decide to carry or move their cases to ADR centers, or they are being determined by judges when they formally go to court?
Yes, with the court connected, it has to go through the judge. It has to go through the judge, because the judge will look at the type of case and decide that this case can go to ADR or not. But if people can just walk into any ADR center that I want to do ADR mediation, and even if the case is already in court, it's a misdemeanor case, it's already in court, either the plaintiff or the complainant or the lawyer can tell the judge that we want to go to ADR to try and see if our case can be resolved there. If not,
make such application.
Yes, application. You can then, if it's not, you can bring it back to continue with the process. Yes. So anybody at all, if you have a case in court, you can apply that you want your case to go to ADR to see if it can be resolved. Yes.
So typically, from what you are saying, with ADR, it doesn't really involve incarceration.
No.
The gravity of the cases that they handle.
We don't have to incarcerate anybody.
All right. So tell us how, before Sergeant we bring in Her Excellency, how does mediation work? What role does the mediator also play in such cases? You understand?
Yes, the mediator has a lot of role to play. One, the mediator has to look at confidentiality. Yes, and when we talk about confidentiality, you see, with the normal traditional court, sometimes you go to a courtroom that has about 100 people in the courtroom. 200 people in the courtroom. Your case will be called whilst they are talking. Others will be looking at you. Sometimes someone will say, "Hey,
this man,
I saw this man with the wife at the court," and you know, people. And some are inquisitive. They just go to court to go and listen to people's stories and other things. You see, and I quite remember there was a case, a man who sent his own case to court. He's an older man, and when his name was mentioned, then he is like Ojonson. Yes, true. It was
at the number of people in the room.
Looking at the number of people,
so nervous
he took his case to court. And when his name was mentioned, because they call Asumesi versus Asumesi, immediately his name was called. He stood up and he has messed, yes, out of fear, but with ADR, it's just the mediator and the parties involved.
So you do not have a lot of people coming around on the show.
You only call people in when it's necessary. And when the parties have agreed that we need this person, and you, the mediator, you cannot force yourself and say, I'm calling this person. The parties have to agree that, we will need this person as a witness. If they're a chief, is that a family member, a friend, if a name keeps coming, you, the mediator, you need to seek consent of the parties to invite that person, because that is how you'll be able to resolve your case. Otherwise, you'll be beating about the bush. Meanwhile, the main person is hiding somewhere. And also, aside from confidentiality, it's cheaper.
As compared to the traditional courtroom.
So cheap, because when it's court connected, when you do your filing, you file your case and it goes through the judge will say go to ADR, and you don't pay any additional money charges unless you want to do private. That one and the magic crowd, you see that one. No, that one doesn't go through the court, but it comes through me. So with the court, aside from your filing fees that you pay to the government, that is all.
Okay.
If you are referred to ADR, you don't pay any additional money.
Very well. Sorry, test. Okay.
Right. So, sorry, Madam Ophelia.
Yes.
I'm about to give you. A round from us.
I would have loved
Excellency.
that because I really
Excellency,
wanted to
Madam
be a
Ophelia.
police
Oh,
officer.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, you wanted
to be a police officer.
Really?
But by the time that I came to myself, my age, I was
You were far
above the
advanced.
age,
Okay.
so I couldn't come in.
Wow.
So we'll give you a rank after the
please
show.
give me. I was a lieutenant in the girls' brigade.
Okay. Right. So from that has been said by my lady,
Yes.
which means that the establishment of ADR has come to support the court system.
Yes.
But then let's find out why must one choose to resolve to ADR before going to a court? Why must one say, I want to come to ADR?
All right. Thank you very much. And we thank Police TV for the opportunity. And also I thank my boss. She's actually my boss.
Oh, really?
She's a guru in ADR.
Oh, okay.
So she's the one that has pulled me up to this time.
Okay.
She's a fantastic woman. So Lady Nancy, I appreciate you so
Thank
much.
God.
Yes. ADR has come to stay, and ADR is an accepted institution as part of the legal institution. So people must come to ADR because, one, as it has been mentioned, it is fast. Because there have been cases that I sat on with Lady Nancy that was, I think, 16 years or so. But within an hour or two, we were able to settle the
Really?
case.
The 16-year case.
Yes,
In
the
court?
16-year case.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. But when it
We were
came to
able to
ADR,
settle.
just within a matter of days,
Yes.
it was
Sometimes
resolved.
30 minutes.
Sometimes
Wow.
30 minutes. Sometimes not 20 minutes. Lady Nancy has a way
She has
of,
the
experience.
Yeah.
Then we are there.
Yeah.
So that is what ADR is about. Because I have an example that people came to our house years ago, and I went to court, I think, for 3 months or so. The case was in court.
Oh, okay.
So I told my husband that I'm not going to court again.
Okay.
So people have such experiences, but when you come to ADR, then it's done. And then also the confidentiality, as he mentioned, that it is just you and I, and the person will go home psychologically and mentally knowing that my case is not going out anywhere. Somebody is not going to talk about my case, and also that. And then also, ADR is all about peace and fairness. Everybody will go home with a package that they are happy because it is the parties that agree on the terms of settlement that is given. It's not binding. We don't impose the settlement on anyone. It is the parties that agree on the terms of settlement. So everybody goes home thinking that I agree to this and this is what I deserve. So it brings peace at the end of the day.
Right. So can one then say that, let's say I have reported a case to the police, but maybe upon second thoughts, I would want to move the case from the police jurisdiction to probably to the ADR for settlement. Can that be done, and how easy can that switch be made? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that can be done. ADR, we work with, like my center is a Adenta shopping mall in Adenta. Yes, so when we started the center, we went to the police, we went to DOSU, we went to the courts, so that if there are cases, you just have to let the institution make aware. If it's DOSU, the commander has to be aware that you want your case to go to ADR to be settled amicably, because ADR is about settling the case amicably so that Akosua will meet Ama, and at the end of the day, it's not like it's justice. This one, I thought I deserved better, but we both have agreed. So you go to the commander or whoever is in charge there, and it's just a process of withdrawing the case and then referring it to the ADR center. Yeah.
And if you've had cases whereby that switch was made, and maybe partners in the cases said, I'm still not satisfied with the result from ADR? Have you had such cases?
A lot.
Yes,
a lot.
yes,
of-
a lot.
Yes. Let me take it
Yeah.
up from there. Yes. Sometimes you start a case. The parties will come. One party normally come. Especially when we are doing private mediation, one party will come. Oh, I want to have ADI. I have issue with a conflict with someone. We were talking about this wager murder case.
shooting,
Yes, Tuba. I was telling Her Excellency that it was unmanaged conflict that led to that,
exactly.
because maybe the thing started small,
Gradually,
yeah,
yeah.
gradually. There was a conflict between the parties, because if you, do you know me? You
know
don't know
you,
me.
yeah.
Yes, I also don't know you. So there's no way I'll have conflict with you.
Yeah.
So most of the time, conflict comes up when people know themselves,
Yeah.
either a family, a friend, or situation. I can also come here, and within some short time, because of the interaction here, there
We
can be
build
conflict.
exactly,
Yes,
yeah,
we
some
build that rapport, and can be a conflict.
Yeah.
So most of the times, if conflicts are not managed very well, that leads to some of these things.
Yeah.
And with the ADR, we go into details of the matter. We let parties come out and they speak their minds. They speak their hearts. I don't even in the tree, kase okeka na adwene, but ochire na adwene. Yes, uchire wa adwene is different from okeka wa adwene. Sabe okeka wa adwene na you want to say bad
Things you're not supposed to
things,
say,
things
yeah.
that you are not. So we urge parties to speak their hearts and also their minds. And you see that it brings relief, because when they go to court, the judge will be using the writ of sermons, what you have stated, things that was typed. That is what the judge only knows.
Yeah.
And most times, I'm a commissioner for oath. We have a template that, oh, I saw your case is similar to someone's case. The way you are narrating your case is similar to that person's case. So then,
Now they are
Ashemuna,
Yeah.
then the person will go to court, and then they will start, the interpreter and say, "What say? Sadi way, also debut, and yes, mankasa." That is not how I want it.
Yeah.
Then said, no, what
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
So then
exactly.
you have to go back and do amendment. You have to go back and do the. But with ADR, it's not like ching.
So rigid.
No.
Yeah, it's more flexible.
We sit like we are doing conversation. Sometimes we create sense of humor. People will start talking. Say, she said, "Why when you I say, you know." Then you see that they will feel relaxed, and they will be able to come out, and things that we hear. Even the judges don't hear half.
Yeah, I think it is because of how the entire
Yes, how the process is.
Yeah.
They go deep, and especially when you do caucusing,
Yeah.
meeting one after the other, that is where you know the root cause of the matter. They will tell you things that they are not supposed to say. And that is the beauty of the ADR. And also it restores relationship, and that is very important. Someone, maybe genuinely, you have to give me my money.
Yeah.
You didn't give me, I took you to the police station, or I took you to court, and I'm demanding my money. Then Odemiako court intino. Even it can generate an issue to the extent that the whole family will be targeted.
Oh, yes.
A lot of people will fall victim to Sasika Ketuana because you've been to court. Marriage people, family members, because someone is not happy and the person went to court, for that matter, the other party gets so angry and doesn't want to talk to each other. But when it comes to ADR, we're able to settle the case and we restore that relationship. There was one case that I sat on. It was a criminal case because the ladies fought.
Okay.
And the judge the magistrate referred it to ADR, and I sat on the case.
Okay.
And after settling the case, then the complainant was like, "Madam, Samejia Tuma, if I will accept this, this lady took water, poured it on the floor, and cursed me."
So she has to reverse it.
So she has to reverse. Can this one be done in the courtroom?
No, it can't.
That is the thing. But with ADR, we can do it. So after everything, then I asked the accused person, go and buy water yourself. You took your own water, so you yourself go under the tree, go and buy your own water. Come, whatever words that you said, that she heard, take the words back.
Yeah.
And she did it. Later on, they hugged themselves, they shook hands, and they were happy. We were selling pork, so now she said,
Wow.
And yes.
Literally fight over pork.
That is you see, that is the beauty of ADR.
Yeah.
So the relationship was restored.
Yeah.
And that is one thing that we have
add a little to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just this Sunday, there was a case that I did. I was supposed to sit with Lady, but she didn't come, so
Okay.
I have to manage everything.
Yeah, you
And
in her absence, I
yes,
understand.
it was a couple, and
Okay.
the woman was so afraid that the man would not come.
Okay.
And when I spoke to him, it was even the man who was calling me that, Madam, and I'm counsel by my dream. So when they came after everything, they were standing there chatting, having a conversation. Whilst I just looked at them and I passed by.
So these people
went
go and
to
talk
my
about their
car.
matter. You never
Yeah,
take
yeah.
it.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
so ADR brings peace. There's fairness. That we are not saying the court system is
The
bad,
court is
but
even
the
happy.
court system.
Yes,
the
because they've taken a
judges
huge
are
of chunk of their responsibility and the pressure on them. You know.
There's one judge that when immediately
From them.
she saw me said, "Lady, I'm all the old cases I'm giving them,
pushing them
and
to you.
in a day I settled all. I can sit on 15 cases and I'll
Just a
settle.
day.
Yes.
I'll settle 13
Wow.
a day, just one day. Yesterday I settled 5 cases.
Wow.
Settled. Not just that pending go and
Yeah.
come,
No.
and
Resolved,
it
absolutely
was their
resolved.
first time coming
Coming
there.
there, okay.
And from I started the cases at 8:30. By 12, I'm done with 5 cases.
Wow.
Because I have to go to I'm with the district court. I have to go to the circuit court
Yeah.
as well. So I have to rush. It's 1 p.m. that I go to the circuit court. So that is the beauty of it. And they were so happy. And that's where I met Mr. Dia.
Yeah.
And he came there in the morning. That day that the case was referred to Dia, yesterday, within 30 minutes, because not it was resolved and he left.
Okay.
And he was happy. And that's why he called.
But when we are done, we'll have to find out why Silence Felix Gohudia met you. He's finding it very difficult to let us know why he went to the court.
He went to the court.
So when we are done,
I betrayed him, confidentiality.
Exactly.
Of course, so that cannot be
Because, no, even though he told us he was going to the court, but then he failed to disclose what the exact reason he went to the court. But when you are done, we'll see you. We'll see you and then you tell us.
But,
That's all.
You came to meet me.
All right.
Excellency Ophelia, let me find out. These are success stories we have,
Yeah.
you know, chugged with the ADR. But in the events where I come and I'm still not amidst the environment over there, whatever you take me through, I am still not happy with the results that comes out of you.
Yeah.
I can still take it to court.
Yes, you
Yes.
can go
Okay.
back to
Yes.
court.
And some cases, it is better. We recommend
That it
we
goes
go
back.
into caucus with the parties and advise them that you will get a better judgment in court than the ADL.
Okay.
Yes. So there are some cases that the court will be in a better position to settle. So there's always room to go back to court.
All right. So
Yeah.
if it happens that way, do I still have a chance for probably calling you as a witness? Maybe the other party will say, okay, we took it to ADR. Yeah, call ADR. No, yeah, into ADR, no, witness.
Mediator, no crowd team.
Can it be done?
No.
Okay.
Even whatever that was
have
discussed in ADI, if you are not able to settle the case in ADI, you cannot use any even Ketua as evidence in court.
Okay.
If I was drafting something whilst when you were talking and I was drafting, if I'm not able to settle it, I tear it.
Shred it.
Even the draft that I do, even if the case is settled, I have to tear it in your presence, meaning that we don't have anything.
Okay.
Everything is sent to court.
In the record.
And you cannot call me in court to come and
As
witness.
a witness.
Even a judge or magistrate cannot call me a mediator in an open court to come and answer a question about a case. No.
Okay.
And whatever that I write as a mediator, settlement that I write, if maybe the party says they don't like it, or one party, meanwhile they approve of it and they
sign.
they append their signatures.
Signature, okay.
Yes, but some will go back to court because if it was not adopted that same day, and maybe 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month, they go home
And then
and
they
they
have
go.
a change of mind.
They have a change of mind. Then when they come and lie to the judge that even the woman did not explain the
Things to me.
things
Okay.
to me, so I don't know what I have signed.
Okay.
Immediately the judge has to hold on.
Okay. Okay.
And has to refer the case either back to or abort that settlement.
Yeah.
That settlement will not be binding. It will not. And one thing, beauty about ADR is that If parties agree and we come out with a settlement, they append their signatures. It goes back to the judge for adoption. There's something called adoption.
Okay.
And that particular settlement is adopted. It becomes binding. It becomes legally binding.
Okay.
That even Supreme Court can never overturn it.
Okay.
You cannot appeal.
Yeah, but one person bisa was say.
Yes.
Obi Befe will say because of how congenial the environment is. One-on-one, so friendly. And sometimes say if there is an outcome with a settlement, they may try to disrespect the outcome of that particular settlement. But then it's important to me who say once you agree to that particular settlement, the court adopts that particular document and it becomes legally binding.
Legally binding. So if you fail to go by that document, settlement, now the court
will come at you.
Will hold it. And there's no more ADR again.
Now the court will take fully charge.
The court will take fully charge.
Okay.
That's you do formal decree or you do whatever things. Yes, they will come after you.
Okay.
Yes, because you said this.
Right.
And things that have not been written in a settlement, you cannot enforce it in court.
Okay.
After adoption. So maybe I owe you 20 cedis and you said you will pay on 15th. Okay, then I'll just write, you said you pay on the 15th. 15 elapsed and you didn't pay. Then you come to court and say that because you didn't pay on the 15th, you want interest on it. It was not in the ADR.
Okay.
So it's up to mediators when they are writing, you make sure that you put everything.
You capture every single information.
You capture every information so that it will make it more binding and more formidable.
Okay.
In other words, for others not to have loopholes to use because the lawyers are there looking for.
Look at gaps and lacunas.
That is the law.
Exactly.
It's the gaps that is they are used.
You must be smart enough to find a gap.
Yes. So you the mediator, you must also be smart because the parties for them they don't know anything. So it's the mediator who has to work smart to make sure that when it goes to court, nobody will come back and say, no, mama, no one father and shame, no one for we and shame didn't do this for me, didn't do that for me.
Right.
Wow.
Lady Julia, I would ask you this question again. You did mention about cases you handled, 15.
Yes.
Which you were able to handle 13 out of the 15. Let's know what are some of the the nature of the cases that came to you without necessarily mentioning names and all that.
Yes, the nature of the cases, it was a court at Accra, the Ajabin court, Nagbisi court. So, the nature of conflict that will come, traders, store issue, those fighting women,
this my sports, this my sport, and
yes, and land issue, land disputes, land disputes as well, and also child maintenance and marital issues, divorce issues. We don't do divorce, but when the parties come, we ask you, do you still want to continue with your marriage? If both parties said no, you only write both parties said that the court should dissolve the marriage because it has broken down beyond reconciliation. That's the only thing that you have to write. Then if there are children, you do the maintenance because the court would want to see, while they are going through the divorce process, the children have to be taken care of. So the court will adopt the maintenance of the children, how the school fees will be paid, how
the upkeep and all of that.
Upkeep and everything whilst your divorce is going on because you said you don't want to get together again. So for your matter, we don't care about your matter, but we care
about the kids.
Yes, about the kids. So most of the time we do the child maintenance, who have access, who have custody, how much we can share school fees, we can do that. You have to rent a space for the woman and the children. This is something that the men they don't like at all. I have to rent a place for my girlfriend, my boyfriend.
Exactly. But ladies, what say? And the
it's for your children, not for me.
That is what you hide behind and then you claim.
No, but one thing.
Even it's for my children,
the men has to understand. You see,
can the children stay alone?
Can they stay alone?
Some of them are of age. So most of them are fine. years,
years, 5
maybe at
years.
12, 13, 14.
12 is still young.
12 is still young.
Everyone, man, this will be a new Bible with my help, mama.
No, if the mother is there, unless you prove that the mother is mentally unsound, or maybe there is an abuse, that even social inquiries will come in. They have to do social inquiries before they can prove say the child cannot be with the mother, and for that matter the father. You cannot go and take a child from the mother that you are going to give it to your girlfriend or your mother or your auntie, and these are some of the mistakes that some of the men do. Later on, then the child because about time.
Exactly.
Definitely it's a tibiano or your bad time. But there are some men who also do well.
Exactly.
They take good care. They do very well.
Let me add a little to that. On the divorce cases, you know, divorce cases mostly takes a longer period in the courts. So what we do, ADR, is to help you, like what Lady touched on. Those things, once we are able to stipulate it very well, when you go to court, then the case will just be easy. It wouldn't take much time, because these are the things that the judges will need. Once all of you agree to it, then it will go. So those who, when it comes to divorce, we help, you know, to write the divorce settlement, so that when you go to court, it makes it easier for you. Sometimes these things that we fight about, the child settlement, and then the maintenance and all those, and even the rent that we are talking about, once we have agreed everything and it's on paper, the judge takes it and then they grant the divorce. It makes it easier, and it also reduces the duration in which the case will take.
Okay. So then let me ask on the back of that, are there some cases that ADR cannot resolve?
Yes.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why I said the felony cases, we cannot resolve
them.
No, not at all. It will not even come to us. No judge will refer a felony case to you. Most misdemeanor cases.
And if a small person brings it,
some of the judges will go or pity the person. Why already so per se or the so then, so if it goes through the police, you know, when it goes to make it the Republic versus, so it becomes a criminal case. But the judge looking at the person standing there, no say, then the plea, you know, was attached the judge or say, then if you are ready, you want to pay, then go to ADR, but you sign a bond of good behavior. So that is what, and it has to be written in the settlement that he has agreed to sign a bond of good behavior.
And if individuals approaches us and it's not a case that we are to settle, we take guide them and then send them to court. We advise them.
Right. And let me ask, in ADR, I know that if a plaintiff should come to you and then make their case, just like in the police, we take the statement, you take a statement. So if you take a statement and you happen to serve the other party, and then the party, I am sure the party ought to respond as well. What if the party refuses to respond? What happens?
Okay. We've had issues like that because so, who are you calling me to come and to do what? So if the other party doesn't respond, there's nothing that you can do.
Okay.
Yes, for that one, there's nothing that you can do. It's you have to use your own discretion to see how best you can lure the other person. And most of the times, what I do is that, especially the men, is the ladies who come every time with complaints. So most
of the complainants are women. Nancy is a veteran when it comes to the
That is a reality.
Absolutely. You understand? So I'm even surprised.
Lady Nancy, you know, I am making that statement on the back of something. It looks like that. You see, right?
Yes, it's the ladies who will come. Yes, so you have to call the man. Then, you know, the men to the ego and things. But you, the mediator, you know, have to find strategies. Because I always tell, when I call, I will tell you that, well, I needed, someone has come to me and needed an advice and has mentioned your name. Sushafa Yemwa. I need to listen to your part of the story.
Exactly.
Maybe then I said, "Unum said yeah, na ye kasano. Ebi kran some wa beke kakra no enye no kware. Nti no wada roma. Say nka metumi ehu na so wa share your story na bi asem yi bai kra no obi apom bisa we. Nti no you say you play on the intelligence of the emotions and intelligence of the person. Obi apa say madam Bacho hifa na wo. Immediately you say okay madam hifa na wo, then you know say the person has accepted. Yes. And I think for my private issues is only about just 2 people who have rejected coming. Okay. Every time I do get them.
Okay.
Yes, I do get them to come.
Because Salintes, with what you just asked, most people are not really conversant or familiar with ADR.
Not at all.
So, for example, have an issue with this. Obviously, about probably she came to just lend money from me. I borrowed them money, and she has failed to pay. So I have resorted to ADR, but privately. Now the mediator tries to invite Teresa to come around, and because she doesn't really know what ADR is, probably she knows that you can file a civil suit against me in court by ADR. Then Lady Nancy calls you, hello, madam. Oh, Pacho be the asima ba say this. She just drops the call. What will you do?
I would advise the person to go to court.
Okay.
To file a civil action against.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
I would advise.
It appears it is likely they may try and then belittle.
Yes.
Disrespect.
Some do.
Yeah.
They do belittle us. Even some lawyers.
Exactly.
Some lawyers. One time where I was on a case and the lawyer was some way the end and I says who?
Can you imagine?
Who do you think you are?
Exactly. You know.
So I told his client that, Papa, Mr. Usu, the case where you may settle. And I settled the case.
Right.
I told him that I will settle the case. I will not let this case travel again. And the case had been in court for almost 6 years.
Can you imagine?
Wow.
The lawyer is looking at the money that he is
exactly
getting,
because
so
the longer it keeps, I mean,
but now
he will get
the lawyers are also getting into ADR because they've seen the importance of ADR. Yes, there's one legal outfit that I go there to do. So when they have these misdemeanor cases, yes, I go. They refer to me. Then I'll go and do the mediation. Then when is the divorce? Then they file it.
Okay.
Yes. So I do the settlement and other things for them. So it makes it so easy. And as Her Excellency was saying, ADR will help you. Even if you haven't been to court, if you want divorce, ADR can help you, both parties, to do your settlement. Because the court want to see what you have agreed on. The reason why cases keeps too long in the court wants to see how you people will reason yourselves. Because the court cannot share your property for you. It doesn't know how you acquired your property. Some will come and lie. Some will come and tell court a whole lot of stories. But if parties have agreed that, okay, we have 3 bedrooms, but I want to give 1 to you, I will take 2. Maybe I'll give you 10,000. So this is... We mediators, we can do that negotiation. Then you go and file to the court. So you already have your pleas with the court. And so when me and the judge look at it, said, so this is what you want, said yes. Then you will not waste any more time.
Absolutely.
Most cases that delays in court are because of the property.
Right. So if you're just joining the conversation, it is all about alternative dispute resolution. This one is a phenomenon that I believe everyone who is watching us is really learning on this particular show. When you look at the judicial system in Ghana, ADR has come. It is a concept that has come to take off the immense responsibility on the necks of our courts. And so with cases that, have a lot of, weight when it comes to its effect or repercussions, they are usually redirected to ADR practitioners for them to, settle or resolve. And so you should learn. And then when you have, such cases that are inclined with misdemeanor, you just don't wait your time going to the court and then go through a tedious process of procedures and all of that. But then once you get to ADR, as Lady Nancy Abwadi has said, within a shortest period of time, your matter is resolved, and then you are able to restore the relationship that exists. One thing about court cases are that initially the matter gets to courts, you become an enemy.
Yes,
it is true. It is true.
But then from what Lady Nancy has said, the ADR system is less adversarial. They are able to reconcile you, even though settlements are made for us to enjoy the relationship we used to. But once you get to court, when court closes and I see you, when I get you see what happens.
Yes, I mean, that is where enmity starts.
Yeah,
exactly,
that's where
exactly.
And they'll hate themselves forever.
Forever, yes.
They hate themselves
To the extent of even going beyond your family.
Yeah, exactly. Members
The children, and then it transfers to generation.
So,
Yeah.
and it will be, that will be on the court. Court. And it will tell the history to the next generation.
Yeah. All right. So it's on the Safe Start Show ADR discussions going on today's edition, and we have been joined by Lady Nancy Aboagye, an astute alternative dispute resolution practitioner, and Her Excellency Ophelia Damte Asare, also an astute alternative dispute resolution practitioner. All right, at this moment we've said that the show is streaming live on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, on X. Let me take this moment and then read out some messages that have come through on our Facebook live streaming. If there are some questions connected to discussion on the show today, I may redirect them to guests for them to throw more light on. Starting off, it is the first message that came through from our brother Raymond Decoder Ranger. He says that good morning, Winners Wednesday. Good morning to Raymond for the message. And then Austin King Sharp says that good morning. I am Austin King Sharp following you from the Liberia National Police Headquarters in Liberia. Wow. Good morning to you, Austin. Thank you so much for tuning in on our live Facebook streaming. Fuxi Tanina says, I'm watching you live from Wa in the Upper West region of Ghana. Your work is highly commendable. Please keep it up. Thank you so much for the message. Good morning to you, Fuxi. Big shout out going out to you watching us live from Wa in the Upper West region. Joshua, Asiedu says, good morning to you, Joshua, for the message. And then Raymond Decoder Ranger comes back and says that in police today, if your boss or master tells you that you are lazy, so you are provoked to kill him. Some people are just callous, right? Thank you so much, Raymond, for the message as well. And then Alfred Kofi Brantford says, I am happy. I didn't know Ghana Police has TV station. Wow. Right, Alfred, and it means that you're not in Ghana because you have been on air for the past almost 5 years now. Yes, but then it's good, thank you for the message as well. Esme Simonia says, Dr. Forsen, my favorite at Police Hospital. God bless you, madam, for the good work you are doing in pediatrics. Okay. And then Joseph David says, good morning. My name is Joseph David from Nigeria. You people are working wonderfully well. So excellent. I love Ghana Police. Joseph David from Nigeria. Thank you so much, Joseph, for the message as well. And then Ohima Jemfua Amonu says, I'm watching you live from Santasi, I believe in the Ashanti region. Thank you so much, Ohima, for tuning in. And then Kofi GH, our very own brother, says, good morning, my favorite Safe Start show. Good morning to you, Kofi GH. Watching you live once again from my Ashalaja base. All right. So these are the messages with our Facebook live streams. I don't know if you have any from your end. No.
What we have so far have all been touched on.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let me come back to Her Excellency, Ophelia Damte Asare. I want to know, maybe say me the role the police can play in referring appropriate disputes to ADR, ABA police station. The case now on narrating now. Probably I have an idea about what ADR is. Okay. So it is likely I may advise the person that way. Case we're looking at the nature of the case, don't go and waste your time in court. Let me refer you to an experienced ADR practitioner, like Her Excellency Ophelia Damte Asare, or Lady Nancy Aboagye. Now, on the reason of case now. Yes, Anna, would that be appropriate?
Yes, that would be very, very appropriate. As I mentioned earlier on, say when it started the center, it is a lady and our president who actually helped to open the center there. We had a program about a month ago at the Adenta Market. So we had to go to the police station to introduce ourselves to the commander in charge, so that when there are cases that they think they have to refer them to us, it is very appropriate for the police office to do that. Yes, and we went to Dosu, and we even went to the court, so that when there are cases, you have our doors are open that you can refer them to. And
the test, I will say about the rule because exactly.
You know those things.
I think say the police service no benya ADR outfit.
Okay.
Police station.
Okay.
And kebe pa because ebe is traffic in the courts now. Because there's somebody be wa utumi hu say and yet disturb mo unnecessarily.
Exactly.
Omo ni mo mandate. They don't know the mandate of the police. Asemu bia no dibirika no the police station. Nti no se police ne ka so we dey enya asema e was say na just say police the phone gina obi afa and those things. And I know a lot of policemen and women who have been trained as ADR practitioners because I'm one of the lecturers of one institution, ADR institutions are cohorts and we have a lot of commanders, we have a lot of police officers who have joined the ADR now. Well, I humble appeal. Say invite you to me at the proposal be a banner and Kayemfa and try one kakranka quickly no hona pen waka jose omunko ADR in kononko hwenteno na much me concentrate on the criminal ones na aspect of it na amamonsamu aye harekakra amamu
so boys I think there's a platform so Momoba has said no omobodere is also a part like as Lady Nasia said I'm sure say in Penyufo so definitely
last I think 2 weeks ago we shared a gentleman be a particular police station. Apparently I noticed he was distraught, you know. He was standing right in front of the police station. So I think he was able to identify me as a police officer looking at my mustache. So he just came close and he was like, he wants to discuss something with me. I said, what's the problem? He said, I went to the police station to narrate an issue with the police officer, but the kind of reception I was given wasn't the best of it. I was like, what's the case? Before he could finish his narration, I noticed it was a civil matter. He lended money out to an individual. It was $6,000, and the man, I think the woman is failing to pay the money back to him as agreed. It's only policewoman next and hey, civil matter. So I told him that indeed it's a civil case, but then the policewoman should have been a bit civil with you and explain things to him. Yeah, and you know, once we are done, it is likely I may refer the case to the Edina Sabuad. Yes, because the man who said, we know it goes beyond. It goes beyond the police. And I'm call police station. So I told him that boss.
Yes.
Honestly, it is a civil matter.
It's a civil matter.
But then she was supposed to have explained things to you and then giving you alternative methodology or methods to employ in resolving the case. So ADR is there.
ADR is there now. What's it called? Go and listen to know. So out here now say, say criminal aspect, then hand over my police. Any criminal aspect, you guide the person what to do.
And you said wakana.
You will have a couple coming from our WhatsApp page. I think it's Yenya Domo Mutie program and they're asking a lot of questions. So I think we'll put them then up and so that this is coming from Amma. She's a Kaswa. It says, can the dispute, so I'll take all together. Can the dispute that has already been reported to the police still be resolved through ADR? He said yes. This is also one Kwame from Kumasi. What type of disputes can be taken to ADR instead of going to courts? I think they have mentioned, because I think they are all joining in later. So Akosia from Tema, is ADR cheaper and faster than going to courts?
Yes, it is.
Yes, they say so. And then we have one from Kofi. He's watching us from Medina. What happens if one party refuses to participate in the mediation process? And then I have Abner also from Cape Coast saying, if both parties reach an agreement through ADR, is that agreement legally binding?
Yeah.
They say so. And this is from Yao. He's watching us from Tamale. He asks, can ADR be used to resolve disputes between neighbors, landlords, and tenants or family members? And then we have Essie also from Accra. Are there situations where people should not use ADR and should instead report the matter directly to the police?
Yes.
I think they've all asked, they've touched on all that all the questions you put up can be resolved at ADR. If you're not comfortable with the settlement, you still have the court procedure to go to.
Continue.
And also, felonious cases, of course, cannot be dealt at the ADR section. The court has to take charge of it. So I think that's it.
The
Or you
one
want to
about
add
one
any-
party not showing up or not responding. If a party does not respond, like Lady Nancy said, we guide the person to go to court.
Right.
And once we go to court and it's a civil case, it will still
go back to ADR.
It
But
will
maybe
still come back to
once it has
ADR.
gone through the court,
Yeah,
it has been
then-
referred back to maybe
then-
they are attaching
then
it
the
seriously
person
to
will
it. Yes.
come.
And even with the court connected, there have been issues that the case was referred to ADR. Parties refused to settle the case. It went back to court. The judge referred the
judge
case
will
back.
refer it.
Can you
Sometimes
imagine?
3 times.
Can you imagine?
And there was one case that the judge wrote on the docket that it will be in the best interest of the plaintiff to do the ADR.
Okay.
Because looking at it, the judge realized that you want money. Someone, so why wouldn't Brown wants to share amount?
I think there's a gap, Lady Nancy,
Yeah.
with how people understand
Understand
ADR.
ADR.
They
Yeah.
don't understand
They
at
don't
all.
understand
They
at
don't
all.
understand
They
at
don't
all.
understand
So
at
it's work for the ADI head office, the national head office to do. Share, but yes, we are doing our best. And we are part of Women and ADI. And Women and ADI, we have gathered women ADI practitioners that we go to marketplaces. You say, baby, a maba kwana benu Asiano, where 2 or 3 women are gathered, there will be conflict.
Yeah.
So we've started outreach in the market areas. We went to Kaswa Market, we've been to Adenta Market, we've been to Insaon Prisons Market, and I think we've been to some few markets educating the women about ADR. Because sometimes some of them, when they have issue, they'll go to court. And every time when court calls, it will go. She will go. And so we're advocating, telling them that the best option is to resort to ADR. Even if someone takes you, plead with the person that you want to do ADR. And also we are telling companies who are doing contracts that whenever you draft your contract, put ADR, the ADR clause in there. That if there should be any litigation, the first point of call should be ADR. Then if it doesn't work, you can proceed to court. That will reduce the tensions in the workplaces as well.
Okay, so let me move straight to our TikTok live stream and let's see if we still have some messages, of which I think we do. If there are some questions whatsoever, I may redirect them to our guest. This one is the first message coming through from Nana Kweku. He says that good morning to you, Nana Kweku, for the message. Nana 1 says that, please, what code can be used to check your driver's license? Wow, Nana, I think you sent this message on Monday, but then it came in through late when we were almost done with our discussion with Sergeant Yusuf Brahma on the Road Traffic Regulation 2026, LI 2519. There is no code. There's going to be a device being handled by traffic officers. And so once you mention your driver's license, they are going to, enter that particular number in the in the device. That will give them the data on your license, whether it is original or it is fake. So it's going to be a device provided by the Ghana Police Service to the police officer or traffic officers. So that is it to your question. Someone says that Abeku says at Fatima Dauda, alternative dispute. Okay, I think the person was asking what ADR means. Emmanuel says that social media police is different from real life police. Is it true? Wow. This one, you should answer it yourself. Obolo Block Factory Quality says, please, my name is Godfred from Dodua. Where is an ADR office? Okay, so when we are done, Nancy Abwadi will give you the closest and nearest ADR office you can locate. Minister Bismarck says, please, when you close, do gig for me, please. All right. Fatima Dauda says, okay, Atabego, thank you so much. Jody says, please, can I get the number of the ADR? Okay, when we are done, we'll share with you, please. And then 2 million says, thank you. Okay, so these are the messages we have on our TikTok live streaming. But Nancy, someone was also asking us that they want to know the amount being charged. Is it that there is a fixed amount or it depends on the case that comes?
It's case by case, yes, because you cannot charge it. If you do fix amount, it will not be fair. Yes, there are some cases that come, you see the person someone whose husband is not taking care of the children and wants you to help up to the man.
Yeah,
Nobody taking the responsibility. So, charge lands
typically issues connected to land.
Lands, I know the badia. I know the but personally human Diana, yet Toyam was a crama
from cry compared to lawyers. So,
So that is it. The prices being charged in any alternative dispute resolution is way cheaper as compared to the traditional courtroom litigation. So it is more cheaper, it is faster than the litigation, it is less adversarial, you know, it's more flexible, more private, you know. If you fear crowd, where you don't want other people to listen to your story, please, you are admonished on the Sifter Show that you resort to alternative dispute resolution, where you have ample time. So, you know, when Lady Nancy was making her submission with the first question I asked her, it is quite similar to research. You know, when I conduct an academic research, the qualitative research design, where you are given the opportunity to speak out whatever feeling that you have. You know, you are given the ample time. But then in court, you're not given that particular opportunity.
No.
So why don't you resort to the ADR than going to the court that is already overburdened with a lot of cases? So people feel that there is a bit of delay with our judicial system. It's not their fault. When you look at the cases that rest on the necks of our courts, it's not easy.
It's
and so such cases, when they are shifted or moved to the ADR, it makes, or you know, it takes off a huge of, I mean, their responsibility when it comes to dealing with cases and then seeking for settlement as well. All right, so we still have some messages coming through on our WhatsApp number. I will take time and then read them out to our guests, and then if they will do us the honor by responding to them. This one is coming from Osonoba. Osonoba says that, please, you are watching from Kaneshi Station. Kindly speak tree for us to why. Okay, Osonoba. And then one of our ardent and staunch viewers of the Sifter Show on GH Police Television, Nana Osemensa, watching us from Columbus, Ohio, in the United States of America, says that, good work, my ADR practitioners. They are looking beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Nana Osemensa, watching us from Columbus, Ohio, in the United States of America. And then lastly, this one is from Chinebua Kudria, watching us from Mankesim in Ashanti. He says that, if my girlfriend denies me of sex, can I bring her to ADR?
Yes.
Girlfriend?
Yes.
Excellency, take this one. Like, why yes?
Yes, you can bring her.
Why yes? I'm not married to her.
Yes.
So,
there's an agreement between us.
Okay.
So if you go, it's a breach of contract, a breach of agreement.
Why did you go there?
Why did you go
decided to refuse
and
sex.
You decided
Probably.
to
I want us to get practical.
This by the way.
Yes, you know, but Her Excellency, she has come around. You know, typically, sexual intercourse may not be have planned ahead of time. Ebia home family. Then she comes around. Now Ebia, no say no. Oba Ebia, why come up? Why should go? Then my mind directs me there. But then, originally, she may not be in the mood to have sex. And so she said, no, please, not today. Maybe next time. Then quickly, I drive her to ADR.
No, this one is an exceptional. Once. But if someone who is taking money from you and would not want to do it, so before someone comes out that, oh, my girlfriend is not sleeping with me, and for that matter, it means that maybe he was doing one. Yes, no one could do more, doing one or two responsibilities, but it's not the contract. So no, everybody must fulfill. And so now, if you refuse that,
so you have every backing by ADR practitioner that you can move your girlfriend.
But you have to prove,
Okay. So let us know how much you have invested in her, which is making it difficult for her to also
there has to be a tangible
This is just
reason.
by the way.
Excellency opinion. Submission. I'm sure your office will be flooded with a lot of cases.
Yes.
And you know, most cases, married cases, when you do caucusing, these are some of the things. A lot of people run to court. because they cannot write it in their file, their suit, that because of sex, my wife is denying me sex, my husband is not having, but they don't, but when they come to ADI, that's where they pour their hearts out. Said, Madam, said, you have 6 months in Ikra, and you know, and the women who explain the reason why I want to mean the woman die, and the men will also explain, you know, but this cannot be done in court room. Whilst you have to be explaining these things.
Exactly.
Because if the court, the only thing that the court will look at is the unreasonable behavior. If you look at the Matrimonial Cause Act. Yes, 1971. The unreasonable behavior that if you not have sex for 6 months, it's warrant for divorce. But even if it's in your home, you are just in your home, you cannot sit your home and divorce. But if you tell the court that this is, and the court has evidence of that, and the other party proves that, oh yes, 6 months we haven't had sex, then the court can stand on that grounds. And not that alone, that's unreasonable behavior. You know, there are other causes, cases that the court will add up before. And you know, there are sometimes too, when they go and file the case, some men or maybe will go and file that my wife has committed adultery, and that is the reason why I want to divorce her. Whilst it is not true.
Okay.
And then when you ask, they said, oh, court no and granted divorce. People should be very clear. Yes.
Yeah. But even if you put that out, you still have to come and prove.
Yes, we still have to, but they don't. And you see, immediately that document comes out, what do you mean the woman? Reputation and other things. So we don't have to do that. Please. Because there was a case I handled, and the lady was like, I said, lady, if I will accept the divorce, I also don't want the marriage again. Because the guy is outside for almost 3 years. And so if I accept, they have to change the writ clause. The writ. Otherwise, I will not accept the divorce because I haven't done that. So I had to call the guy because he gave power of attorney to someone. And the person, an older man, said, I'll call commissioner for oath, one also, or a divorce, and then a man. So it was a template. So when the lady looked through, said, no, this and this, I haven't done it. And it was a negotiation between myself and my husband that because he's there and we are trying for me to go and I'm not getting the visa, it's wasting, so we need to cut it. Mutually agreement. So why do you bring in this? So I had to refer the case back to court for them to go and do amendment. Yes, because that is, and the lady was right.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we have to be careful, things that we file to court. That's why sometimes the case will delay in court because the court will look through it. The other person will deny and said, no, this is not me. So why do you have to do that? Yes.
Right. Lady, Her Excellency Ophelia, there's a question directed at you. This is from Kwesi Minta from Apemkwa.
Okay.
He asked, you did say that ADR is far cheaper than, you know, using the normal system. And then you did mention categorically that it is based on case by case basis, the fees. Then he asked, do you do pro bono?
Yes. Oh, we do pro bono. We do pro bono. Oh, we do. There was one case that the lady was so desperate that I think someone impregnated her. The person doesn't want to. And normally I would charge some small fee. But looking at how, and I had to, situation was, but I need to call the guy to come for us to go for DNA. So I was able to get the guy. The guy is a Nigerian. I was able to get the guy to go and do it. So it was only the DNA fee that they paid, but the rest services, because she was like a daughter to me.
So, all right.
I think with the there's a bit of compassion.
About time. About time.
So they do pro bono.
Yes, we do pro bono as well. Depending on your case,
we help. And I want to chip in this because as we are clearing the air for people to understand the ADR system, the ADR practitioners, we are authorized judges. We are not inferior to court. We have the full authority.
That is very important.
To settle cases. So we are not inferior to court or anything. So please come. we are authorized judges. Yeah, lawyers.
We are judges.
So lawyers come before us.
Exactly.
Judges.
Yes.
Because once you are
lawyers.
sitting or assuming the mediator situation,
Yes.
it means that you are a judge.
You know,
We come to a
arbitration is like a mini court.
Exactly.
Arbitration
Yeah.
is like a mini court. With the mediation is where you cannot sanction that you are guilty or you are not guilty. But with arbitration, you can do that.
Okay.
Yes, and we are arbitrators
You have
and
that-
also
that power.
Yes, we have
Yeah.
that power. Yes, but mediation is different.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. That is important. So we have a chunk of messages coming through on this particular conversation, but then unfortunately on our side, we do not have the luxury of time as well.
Okay.
But then starting this, once we have our very own ADR practitioners coming through today. We'll be coming back for you. We'll have to come frequently for the public to know that ADR has come to stay. We'll have to redirect or have a change of mind with some of the cases that we take to courts, but then redirect them to ADR and then seek redress there. But before we finally say goodbye to you, we understand you have a book launch coming up very soon. Yes, briefly tell us about it.
Okay, so we have 2 books in our name.
Okay.
We authored those 2 books. That's Conflict Among Family. Because of the kind of job that we do, we realize that most of the cases that come are typical family conflicts. You see outsiders, just a few, either with a husband or wife, with children, or with a mother or a sister, or you see, so we decided to put some things together, how conflict comes. We look at the root cause of the conflict, how to settle conflict, and that is why. Then the second one is marriage by choice and not by force.
Okay.
Yes.
Marriage by choice
and not by force.
All right,
yes.
so that is it. We have
the conflict. Yes, marriage is by choice.
Marriage is by choice
and not by force.
Wow, very heavy title.
Yes.
Exactly. Then the second one.
The first one is the conflict among family.
Okay, so conflict
among family. Yes, families. And marriage is by choice and not by force. Because some of them, when they come narrating their story, you could see that they didn't start it well. As if they were forced into the marriage. So then you need to go into the marriage with love, respect, and also with ambition that, well, it's a business, but at the end, what do I gain? Exactly. What do you gain? I was telling someone that marriage is a business. It's an entrepreneur, like a limited liability that everybody has a share in there. And so that you need to understand, what am I bringing on board and what I have to deliver of what I brought in. So these are some of the things that you find in the book.
Wow.
And, yes. And we are launching it on 30th of this month.
Okay.
Yes, at Ghana Indian Kofi Annan Center. Yes.
All right.
Akesimu.
We'll be waiting for an invitation to grace the book.
It's ready.
Yes.
The invitation is ready.
Yes. We'll be waiting for our invitation.
2:30 p.m. It's a Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So we want you to be relaxed. Yes, after church. Then we all move there.
Wow.
Then we go and launch the book.
Okay.
Yes. And that's volume 1, volume 1.
Volume 1.
Yes.
All right. So that is it. Thank you so much, ladies, for your time with us on today's edition of the show. But before finally we take leave of us, I want to pick your few words. Let me start off with you, Lady Nancy, and then I'll come back to Excellency Ophelia. Your few words to our public who are watching us currently involved in disputes, and then they are considering an option. When you are done, you give us your contact number. You know, people were asking you how to reach out to you, and then the nearest ADR office they can contact. So please give us your final words and then attach your numbers to it as well.
Okay. So conflict is inevitable from God's time
till now.
Yeah. Nyankopon is Satan, they fought.
Exactly.
There was a conflict from that time. So conflict is part of us. But when it comes, how do you resolve it? That is where the issue. And I also say, the conflict itself, the issue, sometimes it's not the conflict, but things that goes around, people around it, they make it more serious. So when conflict comes, they have to look at it, how they speak, how they handle it, and that will help, because it's only that escalate the conflict to make it. We're ADR centers. We have one at Adenta Market.
Which did somebody ask Dodo?
The one in Dodo. Yes, that is one that the Excellency is handling. Then we have one at Kwabinya. That is Harmony ADR Center. Then one at Amasama. Now Sikua ADR Center, and that is mine.
That's the office. That's the office. Wow. Amasaman.
Yes,
Kwabinya,
Amasaman.
and then Adenta. Kwabinya, where exactly?
It's on the Brekusu Road.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. After the Abom Junction.
Yes, Abom Junction, getting towards Brekusu.
Okay. All right. And then can we have your numbers?
Yes. My number is 02444. The fours are 3 86724.
Okay.
So if you call and I don't pick, please send me a message or do voice note. Most of the times I prefer the voice note. Yes, even when I'm relaxed, I can listen to whatever that you have. Yes.
Can you please repeat the number again?
Okay, it's 02444 86724.
02444
Yes.
86724. Right, that is the number
That is mine.
of Lady Nancy Abuaji.
The Excellency.
Okay, so the
Excellence in Pacho Yenichi Mayen.
Bacha Mate. Enti kakra me de ebeka ho ene se sene Lady Kan no. Nyankopon ba de Adam and Eve. Apo yi ko fa ntokwa ba ye. Enti ne ntokwa ne de ewo ho. Eye den ye beba. Ne kwan a ye befa so na afei relationship de enti ama ye tro book yi ene se cases ne nya se ye mpese ye be settle cases ne agiska. Na emom ye hwe se ye beboa ekwan a sa cases ne ebekọ from because eye den ye beba. Enti no ye hu se botaye nipa de kwa aware mu no. Society force enipa mo kware ebia we di 30 years nti na sesa ware we di 40 years we di we nti sesa ware. That one is pressure. Nti sa by force no nye say bia wo ma me be force ko but the society, the church, the family pressure ni nyina e force. Marriage is an enterprise. Say Lady Kan. You have to have an objective. In the enterprise, be a business, be a business plan, one executive plan, one vision and mission. We have to have all that. Into come 30th, bra, so that you buy the book and there's more and more in the book to help you. My number is 020 669 4352. 020 669 4352. And like Lady Kan, na voice notes, na because all friend as a man far. I will attend to you if you send me.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is it with our guest on today's edition of the Sifter Show. Our big conversation was hinged on alternative dispute resolution. And we were fortunate to have been joined in the studios this morning by Lady Nancy Abuaji and then Her Excellency Ophelia Damte Asari. These are astute ADR practitioners, working wonderfully well in conflict resolution. All right, so we're going for another break. When we return from the break, we'll get into the birthday messages on today's edition of the Sifter Show. Do enjoy. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Akwanhyia eye akwansidie edema obi biara ne senti esese yetwe ya adwen ekọ enema a enam so ema akwanhyia edi epra ene ewo ebeyi eso ne senti GH Police TV ahyehye dwumadi a lidin ene ka kwan so nkyekere traffic orientation show ede ebrel ewo dwumadi so yedi etufo na ya kyerɛkyerɛw enema ene emra ahodo a esese wo ehu ewo yen ekwan no eso Enunti Jebre, the Shedumedi, Debiada, our GH Police TV so. Esan so, our DSTV channel 362 so. Naya fansia de, and fa ensi ka kwensia, ano ekwan.
Road crashes or accidents are of great worry to everyone. In view of this, we need to be alert on things that brings about accidents on our roads, leading to deaths of our loved ones. It is of this reason that Traffic Orientation Show on GH Police TV seek to teach, educate all road users, being it drivers, riders, pedestrians, on the rules and regulations and road traffic as to reduce road accident. Make time to watch Traffic Orientation Show every day on GH Police TV as we bring you more insight on road traffic related issues. You can also watch us on DSTV channel 362 and other digital channels. On Traffic Orientation Show, we say drive safely, arrive alive.
akwanhyia ɛyɛ akwansideɛ ɛde ma obi biara ne senti ɛsɛ sɛ yɛtwe yɛn adwen ɛkɔ nneɛma a ɛnam so ɛma akwanhyia a ɛde epra ɛne ewuo ɛbɛyi ɛso ne senti GH Police TV ahyehyɛ dwumadi a ne din ɛne kaa kwan so nkyerɛkyerɛ traffic orientation show ɛde ɛbrɛw ɛwɔ dwumadi so yɛde etufo na yɛakyerɛkyerɛw nneɛma ɛne mmara ahodoɔ a ɛsɛ sɛ wo ehu ɛwɔ yɛn ɛkwan no ɛso ɛno nti gyebrɛ yɛhwɛ dwumadi yi da bi ada ɛwɔ GH Police TV so a ɛsan so ɛwɔ DSTV channel 362 so na yɛfa nsua deɛ ɛmfa nsi kaa kwanhyia ano ɛkwan. Wa wubu ekwan so mmra so police adwumakuo no abie yani a yede ehwew eni a yede ehwew eye mfonitwa afidie a police adwumakuo no ede asisi akwantempon so na yede hwe nneema ekoso ewo yen akwantempon no eso enam dwumadie so ebema ye maamenom se omukọ adwom a omo ebebe fie asomdwe mu yem papa nom ebeko adwuma abafie asomdwe mu afe yamanso ebeko suku na omo aba efie asomdwe mu traffic GH twiwo hyenye na faje wonkwa piao
Polisi hingme komi kwabo ni ona ena hewole wachemen baya ni chumo ni ameba bashia yetwe njolemle bekefe gbeke baje school eba ni eba ni na e follow yetwe njolemle wonyeme hu baya jara no ni ameba bashia yetwe njolemle traffic GH camera lo hingme infoni keha wagbadegbe ano mla no yeli traffic GH hwehwehwe chonde kudom bahani ohishi da befebe piao. Are you aware an invisible eye is watching you? Have you ever had an altercation with a police officer about a road traffic offense where you felt you were right? Have you ever lost a loved one due to a breach of a road traffic regulation as a motor rider? Do you always obey road traffic regulations? Do you know that driving on the shoulders of the road is an offense? How has your general experience with the police officers on our roads been like? It is for these and other reasons that the Ghana Police Service, in collaboration with the Ministry of Interior, National Road Safety Authority, the DVLA, and other stakeholders, have come up with an initiative to ensure sanity on our roads and prevent road accidents. TrafficTech GH is an automated system introduced by the Ghana Police Service to enforce road traffic regulations. The system uses cameras and sensors to enforce road traffic regulations. So you see, police invisible eyes are watching. Piao!
All right, folks, it is birthday time. This is one of the most interesting segments on the Safe Star Show on GH Police Television. This is where we celebrate, a wonderfully and specially made individuals, police officers, loved ones, dedicated and ardent viewers of GH Police Television live on air. And so, MCR, if our projected list of birthday celebrants is ready, let's go. It is a happy birthday wish going out to Superintendent of Police, Mr. John Akrofi Ansah. You are the Kpone District Headquarters District Commander. This wish is coming from your former Only Room personnel of Dansoman District, Chief Inspector Enyonam Agbesi, Inspector Naomi Teti, and Sergeant Linda Nati. These are police women, and their message to you reads, Happy birthday, sir. We wish you a glorious happy birthday to honor you. We pray that God continue to shield you, bless your family, and lift you higher. Thank you for being a great leader and mentor to us. Cheers to many more years of impact, sir. Happy birthday once again going out to you, Superintendent of Police, Mr. John Akrofi Ansah, Kpone District Headquarters District Commander. And again, this wish is coming from the Director General Public Affairs Directorate, Madam Grace Ansa Akrof, Deputy Commissioner of Police. To you, do have a fabulous birthday celebration, sir. Wow, it is another happy birthday wish going out to a senior brother of mine, a very wonderfully made senior police officer, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Mr. Bediako Dakwa. Formerly, he used to be the operational commander with the AU mission in Somalia, but then currently, he is the Sakumono District Commander. This wish is coming from DSP, Mr. Victor Kofidosu, Public Affairs Officer in the Central East Regional Command with the police service, and then my very own self. Our message says that today we honor you for the unwavering commitment to peace, security, and community. May this new chapter bring you continued strength, joy, and success in all you do. Keep achieving more in your life. Say happy birthday going out to you, DSP, Mr. Bediako Dakwa, currently the Sakumono District Police Commander, and then formerly the Operations Commander with the AU mission in Somalia. Do have an amazing birthday, sir. Chill out and enjoy. A belated happy birthday going out to Inspector Daniel Owusu Boachi. You are the Police Hospital Finance Unit. This wish is coming from Policewoman Chief Inspector Evelyn Pokuya of ENT Unit of the Regional Police Hospital in Kumasi in the Ashanti region. Her message says that may God continue to guide your steps, bless your efforts, and grant you peace and joy in all you do. Your best days are still ahead. Belated happy birthday once again going out to you, Inspector Daniel Owusu Boachi. You have the Police Hospital Finance Unit. Do have a fabulous birthday celebration this week. A happy birthday once again going out to a mate of mine, Sarentes, the 2011 NPTS Bravo Squad at the National Police Training School, Ghana Police Service Premier University. You know, he is my depot mate.
Right.
Yes. Today happens to be his birthday,
Okay.
and so from all of us, National Police Training School 2011 Bravo Squad, it is a happy birthday which going out to General Sergeant Bright Asante Opoku. He works with the National Formed Police Unit here in Accra. This wish is coming from my very own self, and then all your mates, MPTS Bravo Squad 2011. Our message says that may all that you wish for come to life. Keep winning in all your endeavors. Happy birthday going out to you. He's popularly called Rambo, Papa Rambo of our time. So do have an awesome birthday celebration today, Rambo. We love you.
Happy
Chill out
birthday
and
to
enjoy.
you, Rambo.
Exactly, yeah. All right, so that is it with the projected list of birthday celebrants on today's edition of the Safe Start Show. Do you have any birthday wishes at your end?
Not a birthday wish,
Okay.
but let me say a big shout out to Inspector Joanna Wampaga of the Legal and Prosecution Units in Upper West Region. You are watching us this morning. Good morning to you and all the Legal and Prosecution team. And also to Sergeant Maxwell Terrier of the Audley Room, also in Upper West. Good morning to you. Also known, I actually call him Maxo. So Maxo, good morning to you. Thank you so much. And we know you were following us with the team out there. Good morning to you. Right.
All right, so it is still the birthday wishes currently ongoing on today's edition of the Safe Start Show. You know, before I delve into other birthday messages coming through on our WhatsApp line, it is a special greetings going out to Madam Letitia Amwafua, popularly known as Ma Letitia. You are the Chief Executive Officer of Lunch City. You are simply a good woman. God bless you, Ma Letitia. So this one is coming from Chief Inspector Isaac Odro, my very own self, and then Sergeant Felix Kokubia, and then all of us here at the Public Affairs Directorate. So, good morning, big shout out going out to you, Madam Letitia Amwafua, popularly known as Ma Letitia, CEO of Lunch City. Once you are done with the show, Chief Inspector Isaac Odro will march us straight to the Lunch City for us to have a very wonderful time with you. Do have a wonderful day, Ma Letitia. It is a happy birthday wish going out to Mrs. Faustina Yeboah, Gombani of the Pobikope MA2. Yeah, so happy birthday going out to you, Mrs. Faustina Yeboah, Gombani of Pobikope MA2. This wish is coming from Mina, Adepa, and Jason. So do have an amazing birthday celebration today, Mrs. Faustina. You are loved by your loved ones as well. All right, and then a belated happy birthday wish going out to Nana Sakwa Achenka II, to Fuhin of Ekunfi Abo, and a driver at Casapreco Company Limited. And this wish is coming from our very own brother, General Sergeant Yao Boatin. He's wishing you long life and prosperity. In fact, Nana Sakwa Achenka II, to Fuhin of Ekunfi Abo, is expecting that very soon he will have his festival, celebration. So Nana is indeed inviting us. I mean, the Public Affairs Directorate,
Definitely.
the Safe Start Show crew, to the festival, as I've said. And so the annual festival is expected to come on Sunday, 23rd August to 1st September at Ekumfi Abo in the Central Region. And so Nana Sakwa, Nana Piao, Nana Nyankwada, the Bompire and Bema wa Ahmadin, and then Quatintin with Matanas and Wasumo mine. But then because you also work at Casapreco,
Right.
we have some individuals around here, Sergeant Moses Holautri,
Okay.
Chief Inspector Isaac Odro, Lance Corporal Bernard Labi, Chief Inspector Ebenezer Idiata, Lance Corporal Isaac Eshe,
And yourself.
Corporal
And
Isaac
yourself.
Yabua, Corporal Albert Bondi. Yes, these are categories of the
And
Casapreco
yourself.
company. Yes, for me,
You
I'll
add
take a
yourself.
week. Yes, so Nana, we are wishing you happy birthday. Na me ma nkwatinti na tenas na che na som o man ekunfi abo piao ni nyankwada. All right, thank you so much. That is a belated happy birthday wish going out to Nana Sakwa Achenka, the second to Fuhin of Ekunfi abo from General Sergeant Yao Boating. All right, now once again we are sending big shout outs going out to Policewoman Inspector Christiana Brano, popularly known as Didi Asroya. You are a staff at the police hospital kitchen. You are loved by all of us here. Corporal Albert Vondi, my very own self, assorted MC, Chief Inspector Isaac Odro, Corporal Isaac Yabua, and an entire team who were at Gomataka, Takwa over the weekend during the Ahomba Kese 2026 festival, where Odikro Dasibre Atakwakwa Ejiro Pusu, the 7th, was in action. Big shout out going out to you, Didi As Royal. All right, so it is another belated happy birthday wish to the Chief Executive Officer of Santi Ice Bafuo Osei in Century. Yeah, we celebrate you just like you celebrate us every day. Wishing you a day filled with joy, laughter, and happiness. You bring to we're wishing you a day filled with joy, laughter, and happiness as you bring to others. Have a blast from all officers of Asokori Mampong, Dofsu in the Ashanti region. So belated happy birthday wish going out to the Chief Executive Officer of Santi Ice Bafuo Osei in Century. Do have an amazing birthday celebration this weekend, sir. Okay, so that is it with our birthday wishes on today's edition of the Safe Star Show. But before that, there is before we finally say goodbye or finally wrap up, there is one story coming through as part of our sports news, and it is centered on the Police Soccer Academy. They have a match today that is on the 12th of August 2026 at the Police Training School, Depot Park at Tesano. So it is a game between Police Soccer Academy and Zebrant Football Club. And the match is expected to kick off at 3 p.m. prompt. So if you're around Tesano, Alajo, North Kaneshi area, you can make your way to the Depot Park at the National Police Training School to experience a fantastic display of football skills by the Police Soccer Academy. I'm very hopeful that by the end of 90 minutes, Inspector Samuel Mahou, who is the manager for Police Soccer Academy, and his boys will emerge victorious. So that is it with our sports news on today's edition of the Safe Star Show. Again, we have another important notice to our public. Some persons who are missing would like to share details of you so that when they come into contact with them, please contact the nearest police station with these information. So Inspector Godfred Amponsa has been missing. He's a male, 46 years of age. His height is 5 feet 5 inches tall, with fair complexion, native of Achim Swedro in the Eastern region. He's a police officer. He speaks Twi and English language. Yeah, so he left home to work at Kwabena on the 13th of August 2024 and has since not been seen till now. So anyone with the information about his whereabouts should kindly contact the nearest police station, the missing person unit at the CID headquarters, or call police emergency numbers 191 18555 or 055 22 75 727. 191 18555 055 22 75 727. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, so that is it with the missing person on today's edition of the Safe Star Show. Do you have any information coming through at your end?
No.
All right. Okay. So in the absence of any further developments, this is where time will permit us to bring an end to today's edition of the Safe Star Show. when we had the privilege to host some crafty alternative dispute resolution practitioners, join us to, have a wonderful day. As far as ADR is concerned, where our court systems are deluged with huge cases on their necks. ADR is also there, as Her Excellency Ophelia said, that they are authorized judges working behind the powers of the courts. And so please do not belittle their powers. If you joke, the content of courts can still be served on you. Now, okay, so it is a big shout out going out to Policewoman Inspector Amma Boachi Yadom, popularly known as Amma Choku. Yes, so this one is coming from Chief Inspector Ebenezer AJ Arthur. He says that very soon he'll be making his way to Osekrom to pay you guys a working visit. So to you and then all of you at the regional SWAT units in Ashanti region, Amma Choku to be precise. This one is coming from Chief Inspector Ebenezer AJ Arthur. Big shout out going out there. Very soon you will see him in Osekrom. Big gratitude going out to the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Teteonu, and sedulous members of the Police Management Board. Again, an immense thank you going out to the Director General Public Affairs Directorate, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Madam Grace Ansa Akrofi, every Tom, Dick, and Harry who works here at the Public Affairs Directorate. Thank you so much for your support, your collaboration, and your commitment to duty. Once again, to our production, thank you so much for a successful work this morning, headed by Chief Inspector Isaac Chum Odru, and then the co-producer, Sergeant Moses Hola Ochi, and then all the other guys. We are grateful for the work. Once again, I'm Sergeant Yao Boaiti Boatin, your host, and I was supported by my co-host, the Alcyon Policewoman Sergeant Theresa Adu. Until we come your way on Friday with a freaky camouflage Friday edition of the Sifter Show. It is all about safety, and then keep enjoying the rest of our programs. It is goodbye for now.
Goodbye.